Yo, 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 yo. Do you guys hear like any buzzing or any noise? I can see my mic popping off, but I don't know if it's my air conditioner or not. Or if it's just nothing at all. Maybe it was just something random. You don't hear any background noise? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, hello guys, girls, baby squirrels. This is number 24. We've done this 24. We kind of done it, I think 25 times, but I put the same day twice. I don't I don't know if I did, but I feel like I did. But I could be wrong. It's there's one day where I was like, I swear we did this number already, but I could be wrong. But yeah, we're gonna be doing replay reviews once again. This is where we take your replay reviews for free, and we watch them, courtesy of our beautiful, beautiful members that want to help support the channel. Speaking of which, when Chaos gets here, remind me to tell him. I don't know. He always comes in like random times, but just if he comes in, somebody remind me that I'm gonna ask him if he wants me to do his review on stream, because he's asked for it and I wasn't able to get to it, and I feel bad. So that's what I'm gonna do. Also, I never really asked in 24 episodes, but I could check. I know I could check. I don't want to check though, because I don't want to be right. But is there, whether you're the reviewee or you're just watching the reviews yourself, is there anything that would make it better for you? I never really asked you guys. Again, whether you're the person getting your review or watching people get their reviews and you're still learning from it, like, is there anything I could do better for you guys to make you guys understand more, or maybe not make it so confusing if I do make things confusing sometimes? Never really asked, but obviously this is for you guys, so if there's anything I could do to make it a little bit easier for you or better for you, let me know. I'm fine with constructive criticism. I'm just gonna ban you after, so you know, that choice is yours. Timestamps for each section? That's too much work. No, the reason I don't do timestamps. Wait, also that's post. I can't timestamp midstream. That's post. But the reason I don't do timestamps is because you could tell the transition between each replay just based off the replay being over. So I generally was like, I don't think it needs it. But I mean during the stream. Y'all lazy. Y'all can't skim through the. Y'all can hover the little crosshair. Y'all can hover the mouse over the freaking timeline, and y'all can see when the review ends. Y'all toxic. I'm not doing this no more. I quit. And you're banned. No, but that's generally why I don't do it though. Would it help? I don't even know what I would timestamp. Like review 2. If I were to put people's names, the people that aren't those people wouldn't really care. You know what I mean? I don't know. That one seems like a weird one to implement for people to be able to understand it. I'm not really sure how to improve them. I genuinely love the way you explain stuff during these. It's the text where you get frustrating. Wait. Isn't... Wait. So you're saying when I type it to you, I make you frustrated, and then when I say it, it doesn't make you frustrated? I think it has to do with the fact that I explain with my hands and essentially explaining things. I use mouse and like I'm a visual explainer. I'm not really someone who could just sit there and just like not move and explain something. It'd be weird. So like even when I speak, I like explain with my hands, kind of like guide the conversation. I remember I had one video and somebody was like, um, they're like, "Can you not move your hands?" I was like, "What? Have you ever seen a presenter?" I'm gonna tell you, they move their hands. Someone comment. I didn't comment on it. Somebody else commented on it, and they said, "What are you talking about?" That's how people speak. Have you ever seen a presentation before? I was like, "Get them." Sometimes people say some stupid stuff. I don't even bother because I hope somebody else gets them, and then somebody else generally does get them. Somebody else will usually respond with what I want to say, but I'm not going to say it because I'm the creator. And they'll say it, but they'll say it way worse than what I was going to say. And I'm like, yeah, deserved. Some people are toxic, but they're toxic on my side, so it's okay. All right, let's do the replays we got here. I don't know if Murray's here either, but I can do his review too. So before I start, are we saying there's nothing I can do to... That's true. I think I have a way with words more than I have the way with like text. Like I'd rather have a conversation with you. But also text comes off how you interpret it, not necessarily how the person types it. But yeah, anyway, before we start, is that a for sure? We have no nothing you guys want to say that I could do for you guys. Should I ask you guys more questions? Anything. You guys need some snacks? That's what you got a kitchen for. Anything. I'm gonna listen to music while I do these and see what happens. I never do it because I can't hear myself think. But I'm gonna turn it down really, really low, and I'm gonna jam and see how it works. First up is Diluted. Diluted says, "I'm not entirely sure how we lost this one. It felt like we were consistently winning more fights than we were losing and continually pushing the enemy team back. But somehow they completely collapsed on us at the end, and I'm not even sure what changed. Even our stat lines across the board would suggest we were all outperforming our counterparts. In situations like this, what should I be looking for to identify the problem shifting the match?" So that's a good one. Diluted, when you put yours, you always put you need to put some thinkers. You need to relax. Diluted has some thinkers. Some like Nash, he has long ones. Descriptive. So Diluted has some thinkers, like some out of the box like questions. Nash has some very in-depth like descriptions, which is great because I can really dive deep on the problem. Like it's funny how each person, if you guys do them consistently, you guys have different. It's not generic. You guys like actually care about the reviews, is what I'm trying to say, and I appreciate that. Poppin' snack like a Scooby snack? Wait, what? Yeah, I would have some poppin' snacks. Didn't Shaq have some Shaq snacks or something? If he could do it, I could do it. All right. So let's see what's up. Oh my god, it's so loud. Has it always been this loud? blow my eardrum off. It's definitely have to be loud for you guys. Oh, you know what? It's because it's not my console. Console is where it's very low for me, but it's loud for you guys, and then PC is giga loud for me. Alright. But I missed literally the whole show. We gotta go back. Where's my mouse? There it is. Alright. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back. Where's my... Why does my mouse keep disappearing? Am I blind? Am I clicking this? You guys can't see it, but I have something on the screen. I might be clicking it. Or is that the client? Let me see. No, I probably was clicking it. I don't know. Can't really explain that one. That one was weird.
The battle starts in 5, 4.
Left alt high so it shows the mouse. Bruh. Bruh. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's how y'all know I don't use mouse and keyboard for this game. Midi, I appreciate that. Lauren, you're a little late, but I appreciate you too. I appreciate you too. Dude, I was like, where's my freaking mouse? Crashing out over here. Okay, that's crazy. Why is that a thing? Okay, anyway. We're going after Spider. You're just chilling right now. You don't really have to worry about much because the card isn't even moving. So you're chilling. You don't have to put too much pressure. You don't have to overcommit, you know? I think the Spider's back there still, though. I hear him. Bro, it's chilling. But let's go ahead and see like where the tables turn. I do want to say that just because you are winning fights doesn't mean you're winning the correct fights. Right? It's similar to getting KOs. Just because you get KOs doesn't mean they're good KOs. I could put this into an example of a MOBA. I don't know if you've ever played a MOBA before, but MOBAs are battle arena games where there's an objective, like League of Legends has a Baron and a Dragon, right? Well, what could happen is the enemy team could be fighting when these things aren't up, which means there's no objective being taken. You know what I mean? And then should your team actually take a fight and win the Baron, even if they lost 3 or 4 fights in a row, they could still win the match. So, although that explanation, if you never played the game, you're probably like, what? It's similar to Marvel Rivals. It's if you win some fights, but it doesn't transition into stalling the cart, or it doesn't transition into pushing the cart, it doesn't transition into capturing the point. There's actually a game that I had where the enemy team won the fight. And I showed you guys this before. The enemy team won the fight. And I decided to ult this cap to stall the point so my team can get back to the point, which basically means we negated the fight. They wasted all their ultimates. I stalled the point long enough for my team to get back, and we reset without them actually capturing the point. So you could say, oh, well, they won the fight, which they did. But objectively speaking, they didn't actually win the objective. They didn't win the point. So if they have less wins than you, but they are more important than yours, you're going to end up in a situation where even if you are winning a lot, you're losing. It's a really weird thing to think about because this game doesn't... The way that it plays is not really like that. But generally, that's what happens. But we will see. The only reason I'm not commenting on everything is just strictly because I'm looking for what you were talking about. And everything that you're doing is pretty standard. Everything that you're messing up on is pretty standard. Like, these are things you just get better at. But I'm trying to see how you guys end up You're doing better. And you're really not forcing much because you don't have to. Like, you literally are doing nothing because you are able to do nothing. And that's one of the important things about the game, and I talk about this a lot, is like a lot of players are just overly active. You only have to fight when you have to fight. If they let you just have free points, let them take the free points, man. You don't have to go nuts. Just chill, relax, have a good time. I also like Old Deluded would have chased that Spider-Man. I'm really liking that you're leaving the Spider-Man to do Spider-Man stuff. That's not a character you can catch. You can really only catch him if he's near you. A long time ago, you used to chase the divers, like quite a bit. But you haven't chased them. I mean, you did once because he was already up there and you just kind of went up there to check. But like the entire round, you just been letting them do him. And that's how you deal with those characters. You as a tank can't really handle that. And if you try to take space, fight that while trying to catch the dot, like it's too much work. There's 2 DPS and there's 2 strats. They should be able to handle one character. If not, you guys lose the match automatically. Like there's not really much you can do about that. Some people like usually are like, if I'm not dealing with the diver, then we lose. So I have to turn around and do, and it's like you'll lose regardless. Because there's games where you turn around and you chase and you still lose. So what makes you think that you're supposed to do that? Because you're not winning more than you're losing. You know what I mean? And the higher you get, the less that is going to work. If you're always chasing somebody, then you're just never part of the fight. And I don't know about you guys, but I'd rather have 2 tanks sitting instead of having 2 DPS and 1 tank sitting because my tank is running around trying to chase. So I think you're doing a good job of not letting that bother you and you continue to play the game. The only time you have to really worry about stuff like that is if he's stalling the cart, if he's just sitting there. Or if you realistically can't play the game anymore because it's full, then you have to put more attention on that. But your team is moving, your team is playing, you don't have to worry about it then. That rocket is trolling. You backed off of him? Wait. What? What happened? Did you lose people? Oh, you just weren't aware. Not like you had bad awareness, I just mean like you weren't aware that they stopped chasing you. So you just decided to be safe and sorry. I respect that. That's smart. I wouldn't have done that because I'm stupid, but you know, you're smarter than me. So good job. Good disengage. I would have hugged that wall there though. You know he's shooting you. So you were already here. I'd have just went right here and prayed that I got healed. You could probably get the health pack too, but he'd probably tag you. So I would just pray that your invis heals you here. Give you enough time, or you just dash on the health pack and then dash back or something like that. But you might get KO'd here for that decision. The fight's over regardless though, so even if you do get KO'd, it's whatever. You survived? Wow. Are they just not focusing you? What? And you're not even playing on the other servers. You're playing on NA. We need to talk. Jesus. They like let you sit there. Are they just not aiming? What's happening? He doesn't know you're there. That's crazy. I mean, good job hiding behind the cart. We talked about it. But you should have been KO'd. There ain't no way these fools should. That's why I don't like Thor. Thor just be getting away with the most bull. Bro, size of a house going invisible. That's crazy.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
60 seconds left. There's still a chance to stop them.
So here, I wouldn't have gone back to that guy. I would have just went here to take more space and try to prevent them being able to hold. Because if they're able to hold certain angles, you guys can't push anymore. So if you allow them to get here, you're going to have a really, really hard time. So what I would have liked you to do instead of going after Spider-Man would have just been wrap yourself here so that you're pressuring off this angle. So that way they can't get this angle. Holding here is way harder. Holding here is way easier. So you don't want to give them that ability to hold there because they could just win the match here. Especially with only a minute left. So, whenever you notice that the next fight could be on a point where it's advantageous for them, try to make sure that you take it so they can't take it back. You know what I mean? As another example, we do it. A lot of players, especially mid to low ranks, a lot of players generally don't pay attention to it. Like, this is really only something I see high Celestial Plus players really think about. Maybe not even Celestial, maybe it's just Eternity. But we do it by default. A lot of players like take space by default. Like, let's just say, okay, we got the KO here, and then we walk up and we take it. We just try to fight this so they can't come through. Like, it's default, right? It's obvious. But there's spots on the map that aren't that obvious that are still advantageous to the enemy, and it's very important as a tank for you to identify these and stop it. And that's one of the spots that are advantageous. Another spot that's advantageous is this one. So let's just say you wipe them or something there, and you know that they're coming back. If you could sit here and probably push them back, it's better. Another spot would be right there at that little corner, right? If you guys can walk up and get them off of this corner, you guys can have a free cart push because it's harder to hold close up to this. Like, you can't really hold here if the team is already chilling right there or behind that cart. Just some examples. We're trying a lot more to recognize when I'm better off scaring, or when you're better off scaring off and then trying to get a KO. Yeah, I agree. It's important to do that. How would things change if it was Venom or DD versus a Spider-Man? I'm not sure what you're asking. Like, if they had 2 divers and we only had 1? You would still do the same thing. The only time you have to deal with a diver the only time you have to deal with a diver is if it's objectively making your team lose. And we talked about this yesterday. There was a replay that I went over, and there was a Psylocke just decimating the backline. And because the tank didn't deal with it, I mean, it's not always like your team should be able to deal with it, but like if they can't, you gotta do your job. And so she kind of got away with all of that nonsense. So if Venom and DD are just diving the backline, getting away with it, and you guys can't push anymore, then you have to deal with it. But if your team can handle it and you chilling, let it be. So you see what I mean? They're able to get that angle on your team, and they're able to play to it. Even if you guys, I don't think you guys, do you guys win here? If you guys win here, you guys are crazy. You guys are cracked. No, I don't think they had any answers, did they? No, they didn't have any. Oh, they have a Deadpool strat. That makes sense. Wait, no, you guys have a Deadpool strat. No, wait, you guys both have one. Why? I guess they just didn't have any ults to answer. That's crazy. That was a good retake though. Good job on you guys. But yeah, you got to make sure that they can't have those corners. In this situation, I wouldn't have gone back to the cart because it doesn't really do anything for you. You're going back to the cart, but if you go back to a cart while the team fight's happening and your team loses, what do you get? Even if Spider-Man stalls it, you get way more out of winning the team fight than going back to the cart and pushing it than you would ever get going back, letting your team lose, and then they get back on cart and it goes backwards anyway. You know what I mean? You guys lose a lot of momentum that you guys had and a lot of stagger potential. So if a fight is already taking place and the cart is that far, just let it be. Just let it be. Because if your team loses the fight, you guys are just kind of cooked. Your team was able to clean it up without you, which is good, but yeah, don't do this. If it were closer, all right, but still, the fight's taking place. You just gotta win that fight. That was more like a luck that your team won that fight. What was that about? Were you stunned or something? You were just charging, looking up, and it disappeared your character? Are you lagging? What? What happened?
Behold the god of thunder! Going to overtime!
Yeah, I do agree that cart gets ignored, and I hate it. You are absolutely correct about it. Both on PC and console, players that are in like flat and below tend to ignore the cart like crazy. I'm like, bro, what are y'all doing?
With the amazing Spider-Man.
The current score is
That was a good push. That was a good push.
2.
I think if anything, like I said, it was just that one fight and then being able to take the corners, but everything else, that was pretty solid. You think it was a lag spike? Okay, that makes sense.
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
Okay, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I would have just played front to back. I don't think I would have dove here. Only because you didn't really need to. You can do it if you want. I'm not saying you were wrong for it. I'm just saying, like, you guys kind of already started to win. You're just kind of making a little bit of extra work for yourself when you could just kind of front to back that. But I'm just lazy when I play. Then you guys watch me play Cap running around the entire match. Lazy. Yeah, I'm lazy. You might as well just let this fight go. So when you realize that you lost some key targets on your team, you just gotta dip and reset as soon as possible so you can hold the next angle. So you can tell that you guys probably lost this fight right here. Right. Now. Right now, there's no way you win this, just leave. Just go around to the left and just leave. There's nothing you can do here. Even if you manage to stall, you're still kind of at a... There's no... Oh my god, they're so bad. I get frustrated at how long you survive these things. I mean, I hate Thor, but like, realistically, they need to aim. There ain't no way. There ain't no way. Talk about target priority. But yeah, anyway, you should have left. Regardless if you survive or not, it's just unnecessary. It's about doing the right thing consistently. Yeah, you're in a rank that they can barely take you out, but you're gonna want to climb, right? And when you get to that rank where they can take you out, you're making the same decision that only worked when you were in a rank where they couldn't deal with you. Once they start learning how to shoot you and stuff like that, if you're overcommitting like you were without identifying that the fight was over, you're gonna get KO'd, you're gonna get staggered, and then your team is gonna have a harder time winning. Especially if they're bad. Oh my god, if your team is awful, yeah. Did he really just eat all of you guys? That's crazy. That only happened because you got staggered though. So the thing about playing on defense is that every mistake you make is exacerbated because of the fact that they gain so much by winning. And because you guys stagger, it's a lot harder for you guys to get your footing back. You guys have a Spider-Man, a Deadpool, and then I want to say Strange. I think the rest of you guys are fine. But like Deadpool needs to get his ult every single time he gets KO'd. Spider-Man gets to the point way faster than everybody else, so he can get staggered. Doctor Strange is extremely slow compared to the rest of you guys. Like everybody is staggered because everybody has different speeds on how they move, and then also the way that they need to set up, right? You have very setup heavy characters. You have Cyclops that needs to set up. You have Spider that needs to set up. You have Strange that needs to set up. You have you that needs to set up. He doesn't really need to set up, and she doesn't really need to set up. But that's 4 characters that needs to set up. And if they can't set up, they're just gonna get run over. And by set up, I mean like you guys have to be prepared to fight the neutral. If your characters aren't prepared to fight the neutral, then you guys are gonna get loose. Some characters don't have to worry about it, like Cap as an example, or Hulk. There's not really a lot of setup. They can just kind of get back to the fight, and here I am. But characters that are like divers generally, like their DPS, have to get set up again, and you know, there's just a lot more to it. And even if you're playing in the lower rank, they might not do that, but I'm just like letting you know. How are you playing on 200 ping? Yeah, dilute, it's crazy. Let's go back. And let's see if what happened. So, you didn't set up. You kind of just walked at him, right? Again, different speeds. But like, look, Spider-Man was there first. Strange is coming slow, right? Look how spread you guys are. They have to set up, but they don't have enough time to set up, and we already started fighting before they got a chance to set up, so it's gonna run you over. When you lose like that and you get staggered, you just gotta let them have it. Remember, the way that this will help you guys to not stagger is remember how many fights each map has, okay? You don't have to always think about it 24/7, but like subconsciously, think about it. Every map has a certain amount of fights per match. Sometimes it's iffy, but for the most part, it's usually the finite amount. So, when you come out of spawn, right, you have one fight already. It's going to be right here. If you guys can win that, the next fight is going to be around here on the way up. Generally, there's 2 fights. Sometimes, depending on how fast the characters get back, if there's teleport, etc., 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 you can have multiple. But if you get a straight team wipe, you have 2 fights. This here, 1, 2, 3. Generally, you can have 3 of them. Depending on how hard they push, you might only get 2, because these will combine. But let's just say the cart's still back here. When you guys lose, you guys can come back and make it here. So you could get 3. It's 2 or 3. This means that if they already got here, right, and the first fight is here, but your team isn't set up to even fight this fight, you guys lost. You guys lost before it started. Like, if we go back, look at it from their perspective. Who's closer to get ready to start this fight? We know the fight's going to take place here. Who is closer? Look at their team. Look at your team. Their team has the advantage to set up and fight when they need to. Your team is staggered. Your team is way too far. You guys are going to lose it regardless. And we decided to take that fight. One of the ways that Smurfs truly climb through these ranks, and I mean like really good Smurfs, is we understand which fights we can and can't take, which fights we can and can't win. The important part is winning the fights that you are supposed to win. And the way that you can do that is by setting yourself up for the fight that you can win. If you're KO'd, there ain't no fight that you can win, right? You're KO'd. This is why a lot of the times you guys will see me if I'm really, really trying and I care about winning. There'll be games where it looks like it's a straight up loss and I'll still win that match. It doesn't happen all the time, right? Because if your team sucks, your team sucks. But this isn't a your team sucks game. This is a normal match. And we're able to turn those games around because we identify this stuff well before anybody else in the lobby, because these players aren't higher ranks, right? Yeah, even if you keep watching it, look how structured they are compared to you. Right? So this means that you'd have to just ignore this fight because you guys aren't ready and fight here instead. Fight the neutral there. That's all it is. And if this keeps happening, this is why you lost. I don't see how your game was looking like a PowerPoint. Well, ping doesn't make your FPS bad.
What battle can continue without Thor?
We popping claiming the Smurf identity? Yeah, we're doing it again, right? Your team's not set up and we're trying to fight a fight where we're not set up for it. We should be fighting here. Once you win this fight, W, then you can go ahead and move to this one. Well, I mean, on this map, it doesn't really work like that. You would actually probably fight more like right here. You know, because there's nothing here. But on other maps that are more funneled, you would just move forward to the next fight and move forward to the next fight. So it's the same, but backwards. As the attacking team, right? If it were linear, you would attack. Cool, we win that fight. Next fight. Cool, we win that fight. Next fight. Cool, we win that fight. Next fight. W. Well, if you're defending and they get this far, you beat them, you move back to that one. You beat them, you move back to that one, and you basically make them start over again. And the problem with this is that they don't have a cart to hide behind on some of these maps. Some of these maps, you need the cart to play around. One of them is the Yggdrasil map. That map, you need a cart. It is so hard to push without a cart on that map. It's ridiculous. And this is why people get stuck, especially at the second point. You know, the way like ramps and curves to the left. People get stuck on that ramp without the cart because they have to like try to run up being shot down. Like it's hard. This is why when you let them push, win the fight, and then capitalize on that by getting to the back to where you were to make them start all over again. That's the name of the game, because when you make them start over again, even if they win the next fight, it doesn't matter. They wasted time having to fight that fight. So let's just say you let them have this point. Whatever, dude, have it. And we beat them here, and none of this was broken. And then we go back, and they have to take 30 seconds to a minute to fight us and beat us again. If they wipe us, you guys get back to spawn. We're right back here. We chilling here. We fight this fight. You beat them again. They get shot back to spawn. They have to try to fight you again for 30 seconds up to a minute. And that's to say they wiped you the last 2 times, which they most likely won't, right? That's a lot of time off the clock. And all you're doing is just fighting the right fights. But when you get anxious and you're like, I gotta get to the cart. I gotta stop the cart from moving. That's when you start throwing matches. This cart does not matter. The amount of fights matters. Just act like the cart doesn't exist. Think about how many fights there are left and you need to win them. Think of it like elimination rounds. You know what I mean? Everybody has 1 life. Everybody has 1 life and there's 3 rounds. Boom, boom, boom. Don't care about the cart. Cart doesn't matter. Forget it. If you lose the fight, you lose the push anyway. So don't even worry about the fight itself. Even if the cart's still moving and you guys are chasing and you guys are winning the fight, it doesn't matter, because you can go back, cap it, and you guys won still, and go right back to fighting them forward. Again, a lot of what you're doing is only working because these players are not that great. But we don't want to play like this just because. You know, they're still learning how to play properly. I don't know how you got KO'd there. What happened? I feel like you should have just been alright, no? I think that was just you weren't playing around your strat there. Yo, that Invis is gaming. Hold up. Yo, she gaming. Look at it. Okay. Why'd she do that? Wait. She was actually gaming for a second and she just gonna sit right in the open? Look. I don't know why she hopped forward into the thing, by the way. I don't know why Invisible players double jump. But like, she's gaming. Look at her. And then she's like, you know what? Let me just sit here on cart and get shot. Instead of going right there behind the wall. Okay, anyway. It's either cart hugging or cart ignoring, and neither is actually a good strategy. True. I think a lot of people don't know about the 1, 2, 3 diminishing return speed up. True. So this is a problem of me overextending by not letting them take points for the sake of better setups. I wouldn't say you're overextending, because I don't want you to just not ever be aggressive. It's just more of you're not understanding when you should fight and when you shouldn't. I feel like that is a better way to say it. Just think about, should I fight or should I not? Because I don't think overextending would be a great way to really categorize that, because you need to overextend with some of these characters. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because there's a time and place for everything. But you just have to know what parts of the map are advantageous to you and your team. And you need to know that if you can't... You actually got him? Wow. Couldn't be kept. That Invis just does not have regard for her safety, does she? Like, actually. Is that all Invis players, bro? They just don't care about their life. That's wild to me. Yeah, you just like, yeah, of course you get KO'd in Viz. You're trolling. Okay, anyway, sorry. Yeah, it's just about taking the correct fights. You see, it's the same thing back to back. Once you started the first time, they started snowballing. And this is why we call it snowballing, is because it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and it feels like you can't do anything anymore. And that's only because you started the snowball. Once you start to identify that that's starting to happen, you got to give them so much space that they can't roll you guys anymore. And then you guys get your footing back. Because the more that the snowball happens, they get more ult charge. They're going to get ults before you. They're causing staggering on you, right? They're just doing a lot more on you. That's causing that to happen. But this all just stemmed from that one decision, which was staggering here, because you didn't identify that you lost your team. And again, it could have been rectified. I'm just saying this started it because your team then got back and then got staggered, and then you wanted it to try to take the next fight with your team staggered, which got you like, it was just a snowball. It was a snowball. That's literally what it was. It was a straight up snowball. One decision led to a butterfly effect for the rest of the match. And this is why it's important for you guys to remember that carrying a game is always going to look like this, right? It's going to look like this. Right? And your moment to carry is here. If you're KO'd during these points where you have the most impact, it's gonna feel like you can't win your games because it's your team suck. But you're always KO'd when you can have the most impact. In this particular instance, that first point where Jeff ate everybody, you had an ult. You could have KO'd that fool, but you got staggered and you got the point late and he caught you off guard, and wouldn't have happened if you just backed off. You know what I mean? That was one of your moments to carry that fight right then and there. So that goes for all of you guys, obviously, is that you guys have to identify that you only have certain times to carry your matches, you know? You got to make sure that you are playing to them. So hope that helped you. Hope that answered your question. If anybody else has any questions about it, let me know. Yeah, I don't think your team sucked at all. That was winnable. It's just what happens when you, again, I'm going to just say Smurf. What happens when we Smurf, if we're really trying to win the match, is we don't want the game to be harder for our team than it has to be. If you put your team under a certain amount of stress, they're gonna snap. Every rank has it. Doesn't matter if it's bronze, doesn't matter if it's diamond, doesn't matter if it's grandmaster, celestial, whatever. Every rank has a snap point. And if it gets to the point where they can't handle that because they're not good enough to handle that, they'll snap. And a really easy example is 4 divers. You don't really know how to do it 4 divers until about eternity. And I'm talking about mid-eternity. So if they have Hulk, Thor, Spider-Man, Black Panther, Hulk, Thor, Black Cat, whatever, like, people don't know how to deal with that until that rank. So if there's a team of 4 divers, generally, they're probably going to win. It's just how it works. Another one is triple strat. Certain ranks don't know how to deal with triple strat. There's just, it keeps going, right? And the job of you as a player, doesn't matter what role you are, is to make it so that that breaking point doesn't happen. So it doesn't snap. If there's triple strats, you got to figure out if you can do anything about it. If there's 4 divers, you got to figure out if you can do anything about it. Because if you could do something about it, then it won't snap. And you guys can easily win the game. Their staggering and the snowball effect was something your team could not handle. And that was obvious there, you know? Irish King, hello? Yeah, no problem. I'm glad I could help. What's the point? Someone should swap in that situation? I don't think that was a swap angle. Just because they were losing doesn't mean they had to swap. It wasn't about swapping. It was just about playing the game in general. You mentioned some tanks are supposed to overextend. Can you go into that a bit? I assume you mean dive tanks, but does it apply to elsewhere? Yeah, it applies to all the tanks. So as an example, it's one of those things where you have to weigh the pros and cons, and this is something that I didn't want Diluted to have this in her head when they're climbing, because it's not something you should follow, because every tank can overextend a little bit. That's how you secure things. So as an example, one of like the easiest ones, really, I'm on mouse and keyboard, so don't question my mechanics. I don't have my controller plugged in. So, you know, let's just say there's people over there, right? And we're not supposed to overextend. Overextend would obviously be going anywhere where your team can't see you or going too far from your team. But if there's a possibility that I can get a pick and you go for it, right? You do what your thing, you do your thing, and you get your picks. It was okay to overextend. So to say that you shouldn't overextend is not correct. And that goes for every single character. It doesn't even matter if it's a tank. It's like every character, but the only time you overextend is when you know you have the advantage. Even Groot could overextend. He's chilling, but sometimes he'll have to overextend to be able to secure his picks. So when I say overextending is okay sometimes, it's when you have an objective in mind. If you're just walking forward to overextend and try to fight for no reason, that's bad. But if you're like, okay, I'm overextending because it's a free pick. I'm overextending because I'm going to, if we're going to go back to Thor as an example. I'm going to overextend to just kind of do this. And then I'm going to go up here, right? And I'm back to my team. Whatever reason you did that for, that's also overextending. But there's an objective in mind, there's a goal. You can't mindlessly overextend. So that's pretty much what I was getting at. Does that answer it? I could probably pull up an example. If it doesn't. Actually, let's go ahead and look. Let's look at some random OAA Player. You see it from their perspective. We cast somebody with their match history. Bro, y'all gotta quit smurfing on PC. These fools have multiple accounts in top 5. Like, relax, dude. It's not that serious. It's not that serious, bro. Alright, this guy probably overextended quite a bit. So we're just gonna look at it real quick, briefly. So the snowball would ruin you even if you did swap? Yeah, it would. The snowballing is part of the team dynamic. It's not just one player can stop a snowball. You would stop that by giving space. Here's a prime example right now. This dude just overextended to try to get space. When you have a goal in mind, it's okay to overextend because you're not going to stay. You're going to just do something and leave. And it doesn't matter if it's a dive tank or not. It can even be a. Let's see her do it. See? She's pushing forward. Now you could say, well, their team's winning, which is true. They are. But again, we're moving forward because there's a reason to. And then we back up when it's too much. That's how the game works. It's very push and pull. So to say that you're not supposed to overextend means you're not really playing the game. You have reasons to move forward. You have reasons to move back. And again, it's the same for every role. Every role can overextend when they need to. That's just kind of how the game works. And then, of course, when you overextend too much, you can get picked. But you see, she just overextended. Got a double for herself. When you have a reason to move forward, you move forward. If you don't do it. So once again, that's why I didn't want that to be categorized as like overextending. Because I don't want Diluted to play too safe. That's not really the objective. It's just understanding when you should and shouldn't be fighting. That's all. That is all. What about free pick versus chasing kill though? I don't think you should ever really chase. We do it anyway because we're human, but I think more often than not, chasing is not a good idea. The only time it'd be like okay is if you're staggering, but that's not really chasing. That's just kind of cleaning up, you know? Like if you're truly chasing something, I don't think you should chase it. All right. Next replay. DPS. I know you play Strat too, by the way, Amber. Strats have to overextend as well, especially if their teammates are overextending. No, overextending would just be when you're too far away from your team.
This is almost as fun as pulling a high.
It doesn't have to lead to a... Who are they? It doesn't have to lead to a KO. It can lead to resource... It could lead to resource wasting, right? You overextend, Cloak and Dagger has to throw a bubble. You just overextend it. It doesn't lead to a KO, but it led to losing resources. And this game is all about resource management. So, anything that's... Who are they? Their names are blocked. Anything that's a negative for your team is or a positive. Anything that's just putting yourself at risk is overextending. But again, being at risk is not a bad thing if you know what you're putting yourself at risk for, you know? All right, let's see what we're talking about here. Genuinely, I did everything I can, peeled the dive, pressured front line, took off angles, but I think I lost due to our tanks, but I want to know what it could have done better. Well, let's see. I mean, if anything, though, it'd be semantics. You can call it what you want to call it, I guess. But just the way that Deluded was saying it, that's the context that I put it in. Crazy how we get an Elsa review, by the way, when I wanted to play Elsa. I mean, so far we chilling. Sometimes when I watch your replays, dude, I'm just like, how do your games go south when it was already like it goes well and then it goes south out of nowhere, and it's like, what happened? Why is it south, bro? Okay, I think there's too much attention on that Venom, for sure. Like, you're not taking this dude out. Once you hear that your team has the Gambit ult, you should ignore Venom, because that Venom should not be able to KO anybody. Right now, leave. If Venom gets the KO, he gets it regardless if you're there or not. He just ulted. So whether or not you're there, whether or not you shoot this guy, he's taking out that backline if he successfully does it. Focus your attention elsewhere. There's nothing you can do. Even if he hit, you can't do anything, and even if he doesn't hit, he can't secure it. He just wasted his entire kit doing that. So again, go do something else. You could have taken out a backliner, you could have taken out Emma, you could have been doing more with your time than sitting on Venom like that. I'm not gonna talk about your aim, because I have shots like that too. Bro, it looked like my gameplay the way that shot came off. It was like a delay in aim. Groot's over there. He moves to the right, you shoot to the left, he moves to the left. Bro, that's literally my aim sometimes.
Now might be a good time to stop them. Double KO.
I mean, you're chilling now. I think you have too much emphasis on peeling. Like, fighting something near you is fine, but if you could trade KOs and you're going for the tank instead, that's not a good idea. I don't know if you're pre-made or if you guys are in comms and so they're like yelling at you to heal. I'm not saying never shoot Venom, but I'm saying if you have other priorities, yeah, like this. Like that. Why do you do that here but not when it's Venom? Is it because Venom, like, he spooks you? Emma just ulted and walked right past you and you were like, let's trade. But the last fight, with the Gambit ult, he kind of just sat on the Venom. Is it because you had ult? That's probably what it was. That's probably what it was. Is that Groot ulted, so you decided to. But that's what you do. You can't just constantly peel. You gotta trade. Again, if he dives you and your team and there's nothing left for you to do, shoot the Venom. But if he dives you and there's other opportunities, take the people out. That is still a tank versus a DPS. In terms of getting the KOs, you should get yours way faster than he should. Or at least you should pressure them off your team to not follow up. So like, that was a prime example. Look. You're fighting the Daredevil. Even if you weren't low, this would be the right play. Why? Nothing else is happening. Venom dove, right? Daredevil's there. But like, look how far they are. So realistically, there's not really any other play for you to go for. So go for that one. But we're gonna see if we have another play where you could have done a trade instead. So again, same thing, nothing to really do. Ults are popping out. Perfectly fine. Play the back line, shoot the divers, it's cool. But when you get an opportunity to play forward, you gotta play forward. I think your team just kind of lost off of ult decon. That's fine. That's fine, that's fine. Venom has ult though. He might be able to wipe your team. Yep. That's so unfortunate. In that situation, they just, you know, they won. They won the fight. It's fine. Just dip out. You're not supposed to win every fight. There was nothing wrong there. They just had the better team fight. Venom had a good pick. Like, it is what it is. Nobody did anything wrong there. It was just good by the enemy team. So here, stop shooting this guy. He has Luna Snowflake on him. He's just gonna swing away too. Remember, like, well, Poppin', if I don't shoot him, doesn't he take out my backline? Yeah, that's kind of the sad part about Venom. That's why I don't like going against him. If the healers don't play with each other, then Venom's just like dumpsters. The trick to Venom, though. The trick to Venom is understanding his cooldowns. And it seems really weird because he doesn't really need him to get the KO if he can just land shots. But if you can identify his like the way that he comes in, you'll know if he's gonna swing out. And if he's gonna swing out, you might as well ignore him because he's gonna leave anyway, right? So let's try to see what happens. He goes in here. By this point, he's swinging out. So don't even worry about him anymore. Look at the enemy team and get ready to fight those guys instead. Because he's gonna swing out. You're not gonna KO this guy. That's all it really is in going against Venom, is just knowing when he's done, and then it's your turn to play the game. Venom is really annoying when people don't play together, and he just kind of like sits for free. But if you play together, after he's getting ready to swing out, you don't even have to focus him anymore. He'll leave. Even if it takes 3 extra seconds, he'll leave. So you don't have to continue to get him low, super low for him to swing out. You can just, you'll know when he doesn't want to commit anymore. Foresight, hello. Nash, what's good? Well played. Yeah, I think that was fine. The only time that I think there was an issue was the Gambit ult. Everything else played out normally. Everything else played out as it's supposed to play out. Your team lost a couple of team fights. It's normal. That's how the game works. Everything else after that, pretty textbook. So we're going to see what happens now. Gonna be lurking for a bit, for sure, for sure. I appreciate you coming by. Drive safe, drive safe. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, here, just think about target priority. Look. I know that Groot is low, but right here, who's getting healed? Is it the Emma or the Groot? Go for the Emma, trade Emma, because Thing is probably going to get traded, or nothing's going to happen to him, and then maybe take out Groot at the same time. But currently, she's not getting healed, and she's face tanking 3 people. This is where you have to learn how to just like swap your target priority, rather than going for what's low or going for the same target over and over and over again. Whatever is more advantageous to you, take it. Look how long she just sat in front of 4 players. If you pumped any damage into her, you don't get KO'd there. Right? And the thing is like, you're not even really making a lot of mistakes, but the ones that you're making are pretty crucial. Like, it causes a lot of domino effects.
Get that vehicle moving again.
Are you typing? Okay. I like it. I like it. That's so rough. It's insane. You don't really need to be on the cart though. If you anticipate a teleport coming, don't sit where the teleport's gonna appear. I see Straps do it all the time. It's like, why do you guys sit where the portal's gonna appear? I always ping them on point. DPS is kind of like whatever, but I'll see my Strat sit on the point on domination when you know Strange is gonna teleport, and it's like, bro, if you don't move to the side or something like that, and they get teleported on, and I'm like, bro, this is why you don't stand there. You know it's coming, dog. Come on, come on. You gotta let that one breathe. You guys lost. Yep. It's cool. You got time. You got time. You got 2 minutes on the clock. 2 minutes 30 seconds on the clock. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Let's see what you got. Nice. You should be able to push on this. This is where you got to get aggressive. Just go. You already got a pick. So ignore Doctor Strange. What is this guy going to do to your team? Again, it's your target priority. What is this guy going to do to your team? One bang? Ignore this fool. And KO the rest of his team. Go over here and flank. You could say, Poppin, that's probably not a good idea because he'll what? That's 1 character into 5 if you leave, right? In what world does he do anything there? Look, he just runs away. When you could have flanked and had an actual play, you could have probably KO'd this guy if face checking you. Like, you could have made something happen. And that's the name of the game. You're so focused on either the thing that's low, so you just don't do anything else, or you're focused on helping your team so much that you don't notice anything else. As a DPS, it's your job to make plays, it's to create openings, it's to do things. And whenever you're noticing that there's a target low, you just tunnel. Whenever you're noticing that your team's getting dove, you just tunnel. But whenever it doesn't happen, you start making plays. Or if your tank ults and combines the ult, you know what I mean? Then you start making plays once they start ulting, but you don't need them to ult to make plays. You should have been flanked, been making plays. I wouldn't have done that because I think your team probably lost the fight already. We'll see though, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I would have waited. I would have waited for everybody to respawn and then use your ult. This is follow on from my review, but I feel it's relevant here too. How do you dig out an entrenched team all together and set up? Well, if they're like funneled like that, or they're together, you're usually pushing. You're not defending generally. But what I tend to do, and you guys probably see me do it, is as your team's shoving, you have to do something to make a couple of their teammates look. So let's just say they're trying to push through this, right? I'm gonna sneeze, I think. Kind of want to wait for the sneeze before I speak. But so let's just say they're shooting, right? Boom, 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 shooting. And then even maybe somebody's over here and they shoot your team as they're pushing. All right, what do? You got to figure out a way to spread the damage, because characters that poke generally are very strong when they all shoot together. It's not when they're shooting separately. So what we would do is we would try to maybe come over here, even play like right here. This makes it so that some of the firepower is shooting towards this way. Even if it's one player, that's one less damage dealer or something that has to deal with your team, right? Or if you want to come up here, or you'd go around. For the play that I said Elsa should flank, she would have got here before the Punisher got here, and it would have done exactly what I just said. It would have made it so that if she's chilling here, they have to focus there, which allows her team to push for free. The answer to this is just flanking. That's what flanking is for. That's why I said flanking is not a play style, it's a strategy. You only flank when you have to. And if they're just sitting chilling, that's defense, right? Like, you're not supposed to be able to shove them. That's just game design. So the best way to make it happen is to flank them and make their fire get spread out so that they don't have enough damage to actually KO your team when they push up. You don't have to get KOs. You just have to make it so that your team has enough time to move forward during the split second of, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 seconds. During the 2 or 3 seconds of them looking at you. That's how you deal with it. Even if you're not fighting, just the fact that you're taking pressure off your team is enough to get them to push. Angela? Yeah, Angela can do it. Angela's probably better at it. She doesn't really need to attack, just make noise.
Very funny, thanks for the knowledge.
Just literally make noise. See, even right here, we're still not flanking. We're trying to brute force this way through when we can easily come over here. Deadpool's trying. And it relieves the pressure for the team. But you're never gonna outgun a poke. And you're never gonna outgun someone who's set up already. You're just gonna get... They're in an advantageous position. You don't really win if it's in an advantageous position. Okay. Okay. And you have Glortrox. You guys lost this? Surely you just need to make one play and you win. All I gotta do is win one team fight and you have Glortrox, which is a team fight winner. Don't try to make some crazy play. Don't do it. Just make a normal play. Don't do it. Just make a normal play. You got this. Don't, no! You could have waited for the next team fight and you would have won it. That's literally the running theme of this. Is you have chances to carry and either you screw it up or you don't pay attention to the window and then you just miss out. You have so many opportunities to make something happen and you didn't. What I would recommend is just get used to being the deciding factor of how to move the game forward. Make the play. Do something crazy. The more you get used to that aggressive behavior, the easier it is for you to find these windows and these openings, and you'll be able to start rolling over matches. Because, yeah, there's a lot that we could have done. Now that we don't have Glortrox, we don't have any ults, really. Emma's probably just gonna ult and wipe us. Oh, we have Gambit, but it doesn't matter. Oh, we have Deadpool. Okay, we're in the game, we're in the game. Okay, okay. We're in the game. So here's another example of it being okay. Well, look, there's nothing else left for you to shoot right now. There's nothing else left for you to do. Even if you were to ignore Doctor Strange, your full HP, whatever, what are you shooting? What are you shooting? They're way too far. So shoot them. This is how it works. If you can start doing this on your own, where you're like, okay, there's nothing left to do, let me shoot the front. There's something to do, let me go ahead and do what I need to do to make something happen. That's all. Just flip that switch. Flip the switch. It's either you're too much just peeling and you're shooting the wrong targets, or you're tunnel visioning, or you're just playing idle. You just have to be more active. Be more confident in your gameplay. I was gonna say, don't chase. So again, nothing else left to do, right? So shoot the Daredevil. Perfect. Beautiful. It's unfortunate, honestly, that your team got KO'd by the Punisher. I think you played that last part pretty well. I just think that was kind of team gap at that point. Deadpool jumped in and got himself KO'd. Strange, for some reason, like tried to hold the front line on a Punisher ult, bro. What? I have to see what that looked like. Let's see what he did. Bro just like walked up and face tanked the Punisher ult. Bro, I hate the Punisher ult. Like, I know it's stupid because it's very easy to avoid and it's very easy to, but like, God, I hate that ult. Yeah, he's trying to like fight it. He should have just backed up. They all should have just backed up. Again, just kind of like that one wasn't on you. You played everything right that time. Again, it's not like you make mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. It's literally the mistakes that you make are they're so expensive. The mistakes that you make are so expensive, it's ridiculous, because that's the point of you carrying the fight versus losing the fight. It's actually insane how expensive it is. And most players don't have this. I don't see this often. Where your baseline gameplay is fine. I think it's great. It's just the instances where you need to do something. You make that mistake when it's the most expensive mistake to make during the match. And every single time you made it, you guys lost the fight because of it. Or you guys lost the next fight because of the mistake made the fight prior. Like using your ultimate when you know the fight is already over. Like stuff like that. It's a pretty easy fix because your baseline gameplay is fine. At least for right now, your baseline gameplay is fine. Yeah, Punisher ult does last for a long time. I like what I walk out and I'm like, oh, surely it's not gonna, and he's still shooting. I'm like, Jesus Christ. It's like, bro, chill. All right. Thanks, Poppin, for all the detailed VOD reviews thus far. Really appreciate you talking through everything in detail. In this game, I came off feeling a little irritated as I felt my other teammates were making too many mistakes, which is probably something too egotistical, so would love to be knocked down a peg or two. Well, no, we're all making mistakes, we're human. So, you know, just accept it. Nobody's playing perfect, even ourselves. I won't say don't think about it. That's the thing that you don't want to do. To just say, oh, ignore your teammates, they don't matter, that's bull. Be frustrated. Just don't let it cloud your mind, basically. They are going to make mistakes. They do suck. We all know that they suck. Everybody that plays say that their team sucks sometimes. It is what it is. Accept it. They're going to suck. Why? Because they're supposed to be there. If I'm a diamond player and you're not a diamond player and you're supposed to be Grandmaster or Celestial, compared to you, I suck. So what's the problem? You know what I mean? There's no reason to really try to sugarcoat it or get around it. But you do have to remember that if you are better, you should perform better. Regardless of what they're doing, you should consistently perform better. It doesn't mean you'll win every match, but you should perform better consistently. And then eventually you will climb. Um, I think I can identify the main reason we lost. One, our teammates, especially the DPS, were too hungry for kills and kept staggering or overextending. So that reason right there was way too detailed. That means you're thinking too much about your team and not enough about your gameplay. If you just said my DPS couldn't get KOs, all right. But the fact that you went into so much detail, that means you're focused too much on them. In the second round, the enemy BP kept aiming for me, which disrupted my heals a lot. I would like to know whether I correctly identified. You see how much shorter yours was, by the way, compared to your teammates? It's kind of crazy. Anyway, let's keep reading. I would like to know whether I correctly identified the reason for our loss and whether there was anything I could have done differently that could have salvaged the game. Thanks. Yeah, I will say there are some games you'll lose. I'm not going to be that guy that's like, oh, you can win every game if you just play better. That's bull. You ain't winning every game, even if you tried. It's just not happening. So if I feel you couldn't have won, then I'll tell you. I'm not gonna be like, well, you could have. It's like, well, dude, game's over, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Doesn't mean I won't let you know what you could do to improve, obviously, but like, I'm not gonna lie to you and say that you could have won when you couldn't have. I feel like that defeats the whole purpose of the reviews. All right, let's see what's going down. Let's see what's going down in fucking town. I hate this map for strat. Bro, all strategies mains, I feel you. This map sucks for you guys. Every time I have to heal this map, it's garbage. The way that the map layout is for all three of them are atrocious. Alright. So, when you play strategist, the way you want to think about the game is how you're this is okay. Strategist has a lot of impact because this is kind of rough, man. I'm trying to like get my thoughts together. So when you're playing tank, you have to identify the type of strategist that you have because it allows you to understand how you should play. If you have an Adam Warlock, more often than not, this fool is not going to permanently heal you. So you have to play more around windows rather than just all in all the time. This is extremely crucial for dive tanks because dive tanks like to play around a lot. If they have a rocket, they just like to be in there forever, right? But if you notice that you have an Adam Warlock, you notice you have an Ultron or something like that. Like some of these characters can't out heal. So you need to make sure that, okay, I have an Ultron. If I get out of range, I'm not going to get killed. I have a Jeff. If I get out of line of sight, I can't get healed. Like these are things that tanks need to know when they play. When you're playing strategist, it's flipped. You have to know how your tanks are going to play because then that lets you know how you can move, what you need to do. If you have a Captain America and a Hulk, you might have to move up a lot more. However, you already know that those characters are going to jump back to you. The characters that you have in your team right now is a Penny, which doesn't move that often. And you have a Rogue, which is very window based. She's going to go in and she's going to leave. And she's going to keep doing that, right? It's very brawl heavy. She's going to sit there, push a little bit. There's not a lot of movement with these two characters is what I'm trying to say. So you're moving forward when there's no reason to move forward, which means that you're losing less vision on your entire team. Does that make sense? When you understand what takes you have and how they play, you know how much you have to move. If you don't have to move because your tanks are stationary, then you ain't moving. You chilling. And you can play corners a lot safer, and you can play angles a lot safer and not have to worry about mispositioning so much. So look at your gameplay with the characters that you have.
Feeling fantastic.
Look what you do. You're doing fine right now because there's nothing that happened. That's happening, right? But look. Right here, you start walking forward. But why? She's not going anywhere. She's going to come right back. And she does. But as you moved forward, he got low. Because we were so focused on healing the Rogue and trying to move forward. And The character Rogue doesn't do that a lot. She is very in the vicinity, so you don't have to move so much. You see, you kind of do it again. This is kind of something that a lot of PC players do it more than console players, but they have like a whole W syndrome. DPS players will do it. Actually, just, well, everybody will do it. It's weird, but it's like subconsciously, they feel like if they move forward, it's easier to land shots. So they walk into things to be more effective, but that's not really what you should be doing. So you hold W sometimes, which moves you forward, and then you have to walk yourself back again, which it might not seem bad in the grand scheme of things, but there are certain characters or certain situations where if you walk forward like that, you're punished and you're KO'd. So every movement has to be deliberate. And the more you move like this, you're missing everything. Look, you're jiggling and wiggling, but nobody's shooting you. Look at it from the perspective of here. Look at all the movement you're doing, but nobody's shooting you. Now I'm not saying sit still, but you're moving really sporadic, which is causing you to miss your shots. If you're doing something like this, so let's just say let's say I'm playing, right? If I'm doing this, I shouldn't be missing my shots. I should still be hitting there, right? But the way you're doing it is kind of like that. There's no rhyme or rhythm to the movement. It's not consistent. It's all over the place. And again, if we look at their perspective of you, look how much jiggling you're doing. You're just super sporadic. It's not controlled. So again, I'm not saying sit still, but I'm also not saying move so much. If you have no reason to play sporadically and move sporadically, don't do it. Just consistent movement so you are able to land your shots. I'm actually going to take it to a practice tool real quick just to show you what I mean, and we're going to hop right back into replay afterward. So for everybody that plays DPS, tank, doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter what freaking role you're playing. You have to not be so crazy with your movement because you're going to miss your shots. Period. Doesn't matter what character you're going to miss. So let's just use Invis because you're playing Invis, but it applies to every character that shoots.
To be heroes, but we always
I'm a mouse and keyboard, so I'm a mouse and keyboard. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. Okay, this is not gonna be real. Let's go ahead and try to go to this. Okay, so this is what you're pretty much doing. Right? Well, you're not really jumping. And you might think, well, that's not that bad. It's bad when the character you're trying to heal is moving all over the place, right? This is why you need to be more consistent and controlled. You're still doing the same thing, but you see how much more controlled my shots are versus this?
That was a total blindside.
Like, it's just all over the place. Like, it's harder to aim. But if you control yourself, give yourself maybe 3 steps to the left, 2 steps to the right, and it's more controlled, you're still doing the same thing. You know, it's just more controlled and consistent. You can go in any direction, but just be controlled. Don't wiggle so much. Okay? Goes for all roles. Again, it doesn't seem that drastic in that practice tool, but that's because the characters that you're trying to heal move a lot. And if they move a lot and you're compounding that movement on top of your movement, on top of the movement of the enemy team, that's a lot of movement that you can control your own, is what I'm trying to say. And you will have way more accuracy that way. I know Invis, characters like Invis, Rocket, Cloak and Dagger, like these characters don't really need to aim. But don't let that be the reason why we're not trying to have controlled movement, because it doesn't just help with aim, but it also helps with being able to dodge things. All right, let's go back to the replay. This map is so nasty. The only cover is straight up off the main area. There are so many angles to get. Yeah, yeah. I don't like this map at all. And that's not to say that you're the reason why your team is struggling. I'm just like telling you, as you climb and get to higher ranks, this controlled movement is very important. You see, even right there, you didn't have to move. You didn't have to move so much. Just look at your aim.
I'm good to go.
That's much better.
I'm surprised you survived that. Holy. Well played. No, she doesn't need to move forward. Even if her range was shorter, the priority is always healing the team before fighting people. If she moves forward and her tanks boot back, then she's in the front line, you know? But yeah, her range is definitely very long to not have to move forward so much. So this is an example where moving forward is okay because we know that our team is chasing and we're committing to the chase, right? Identifying what the tanks are going to do or what the team is trying to do movement-wise will let you know. If they were to be playing the Hulk right now and your team was on point and he just hopped to the back, you don't really need to move forward. What you would do is you would just kind of angle yourself maybe like that so you can help him. But you're not moving forward with the Hulk, so when he jumps back over you, you're stuck in the front. Again, understanding that movement is very important. Also, when you do have yourself walk forward like this, there's possibilities that you can get shot from the side or something like that because you're not paying attention, because you're so focused on having to move forward to support your team.
Feeling fantastic.
Again, not saying you're losing because of that, but I just wanted to point it out because it's something that's very important. You know that they have divers, so you should not use your push-pull move until they dive you. Conserve your abilities.
Feeling fantastic.
Like, we should never be pushing pulling until they dive. They have 2 divers. So, this is what I'm talking about. You see how we didn't read that the fight was being pushed back? We should never wrap around this. We should walk back with our team and stay here. So it's not just about reading what tanks you have, but it's also about reading the fight in general. If you know the fight is going a certain way, we shouldn't really be positioning in the way that we're positioning. Here, back up. You don't have to wrap, just back up. Why? Because your tank is right next to you. You have to back up. The tanks control the flow of the game, or the fight, I mean. And the game too, though. The fight is more of what I'm focused on. Here, if this was higher ranked, you'd be picked. There ain't no way you're surviving where you were standing. And that's not to say that you're bad, but I'm letting you know what would be punished. There's no reason for you to stay quiet about it. You know what I mean? You would have already been KO'd. You guys wouldn't have won the fight, right? But I just want to let you know. Again, try not to use your push and pull if there's divers. Really just save it until they get close to you and then push.
It's clear I'm still needed here.
They've almost got it!
You didn't really need the ult. Your team was already winning the fight there. And then your other strat took that's right. That means next round they're gonna have a head start because they're gonna have ult economy. That probably is what started the snowball. If you guys, yeah, you guys are down ulticon like crazy. So we talked about this before a while ago. If you play domination and you end the round with an ult deficit, that means you're probably gonna lose the next fight. And if you lose the next fight, it means that they have an advantage because they're gonna take point for free, and you have to try to retake the point. So you're not necessarily fighting in neutral; you're fighting at a disadvantage off the rip. This is why it's important for if you guys know you're going into the next round, don't waste your ultimate if possible. Have as many as you can, because they're gonna walk in and get ulted. Granted, I don't know why these players swapped off their heroes, but you know, it is what it is. Maybe it might not be that bad, considering they swapped. But if they didn't swap, you guys got an ult deficit. What even happened? I was so worried about ults. I didn't really think about what happened. I don't even think I was on your screen. Okay, there's BP. You see, you're doing the same thing that you did last round, except you weren't punished as hard for it. Remember? Same thing. Your tank isn't really moving. They're a very stationary target, but you walk forward anyway. You have to flow with the tank. If the tank is moving, you move. If the tank isn't moving, you're not moving. Understand what tanks you have, and then play to that. This is why my positioning is done so well when I play strat. Like, a lot of people have a hard time getting me because I position for everything.
That's much better. Psionic surge.
Also, we know they have a diver, and we're still using our push and pull. If you had pushed right there, he gets KO'd. If you had it right here, he's KO'd. He's KO'd. But we wasted it. We don't have it. So those are the two major things that we should definitely be working on, is our positioning and our ability usage. We have a kit that deals with divers, so we cannot say that the divers are a problem. It's because we're wasting everything just to spam it, right? And when we're walking next to the tank, we're gonna take collateral damage. We're gonna get hit by Moon Knight. We're gonna get hit by Hulk Clap. We're gonna get hit by mag shots. We're gonna get hit by just all the stray stuff that happens because we're not spacing. And characters like Black Panther, Spider, whatever, these characters, they're designed to leave you with a little bit of HP. But if you take damage, then that HP is gone. They can one bang you, and you don't have a way to survive. That right there was not even Black Panther. That was collateral damage. If we weren't moving forward and we sat back, how I explained before, you'd be chilling and you wouldn't take damage. You have to position for all the threats. A great way to do this is just press tab, or whatever button is tab on PC, but if you're on using Xbox controller, whatever button it is for you. And what you do is you see what threats are threats to you. Okay, so Hulk is a threat because he can get to me. Black Panther's a threat because he can get to me. And Moon Knight's a threat because he has collateral damage or he can use his Ankh. Those are the three things that you got to worry about. And that's pretty easy. Eventually, once you get good at it, you'll be able to position for like the entire team, and based off their positioning, you can position, but just start with the basics. What characters do I have to play against, and then use your abilities accordingly.
Still needed here.
Let's do this.
Capture the mission area.
Marking is on.
Yeah, that fight was over. Good for you to back up.
Feeling fantastic. Vortex field. Psionic burst. Anyone willing to help?
Tremble before fast.
Again, not your problem. I mean, like, you didn't cause that. It happens. You guys lost the fight. That's all. Okay, again, we're doing the same thing that got us killed before, which is just walk straight in the middle, no cover, and we just move. When you play strat, you have to really play around cover more often. So this means that we are doing things like this, but we know Moon Knight is shooting this way, right? So this means that the best way to play is going to be playing over here. That way he has to choose between shooting you or not. But if you play where you are right now, he doesn't have to choose. The dude's just throwing things down main. When you're here, you're close enough to heal her. And should she move forward, you can move forward around here without taking damage. But if she moves forward and dives in there like that, you're going to walk forward, I'm pretty sure, and you're going to get picked. Black Panther's going to take you out, Hulk's going to take you out, or Moon Knight's going to take you out.
Much better.
Look how close you are to everybody. See? You walk forward just to walk forward. You could say, well, Poppin, you know, I put my ult down. You did, but you still walked forward into his ult willingly instead of just staying out of your ultimate. You have a very heavy W problem, where you just move forward to move forward and not really move with the team or with what's happening in the match.
This is real.
Poisonous, what's up?
You'll need it
Hello.
here.
They've almost got it.
I unleash the Vishanti's power.
Nowhere yet. Going to over.
I mean, let's see. Could you have done anything about that? The thing is, Invisible is like one of the best anti-dive strats in the game.
I'm staying.
Like, hands down. You shouldn't really be able to take her out by yourself because she has so many ways to get away. It's like right here.
I got you covered.
Instead of fight, double jump. Just double jump backwards. There was no reason that you had double jump backwards, shove the guy forward. Or just double jump backwards and stay invisible. Like, abuse your kit. Your kit is broken. Abuse the kit. That's how you deal with divers. Is you have to, no matter what strat you are, identify what your kit does and abuse it. I'll show you an example of one of my strat gameplays, and I was getting dope as well. And I'm gonna share with you kind of what you do. So you go to Cloak and Dagger, but I don't think Cloak and Dagger is better than Invis in a situation where you're gonna get dove by a Black Panther or multiple heroes. Especially because if you use the bubble on yourself, it's good, but then you don't have heals for your team. But if you are a Cloak and Dagger player, I don't know if you are a Cloak and Dagger player. I don't know what you play. You don't have Lord. Yeah, you see how you heal yourself? Okay, cool. You survive, but your team doesn't. Because you don't have any heals. And then after your bubble's gone, you get KO'd anyway. It's not...
The light always comes back.
The Invis wasn't really the issue.
The mission area.
And I know, Black Panther's oppressive, man. I actually have a video on how to deal with Black Panther. I recommend checking that one out. Just like shirts popping off in Black Panther. And if you don't see it, do dives. But I'm pretty sure I have a video specifically about that character. Bro, that guy actually followed you? That's crazy. What does his screen look like, bro? That guy's nuts. Bro, this guy's thirsty. Bro, that guy's thirsty. Goodness gracious.
Going to overtime.
Bro, that guy said I haven't had a thing to drink in 17 days, bro. That's crazy thirsty. That guy was serious. Bro waited for your fade to be over and everything. Alright, doing the same thing again when we're playing really, really far up. Look how close you are. You're gonna get hit with collateral or you're gonna get dove. You gotta be very careful about it. And I know it seems like I'm beating a dead horse, but it's literally making or breaking your games, especially when you start climbing. Being out of position and ability usage, those are the two main things that makes or breaks a strat. Even here, you're running away from the nest. Look, you have a penny. Go to the nest. I think it was a little bit before that, actually. You ran out of the nest to get away from it. Unless I'm crazy. Let me see. I could be wrong. I don't want to put my foot in my mouth. No, the nest is right there. Yeah. Look, he jumped on you. And you ran away from it. It's right there. You can't really see it because it's glitched. But it's right here. It's like right where you are. And we decide to go all the way around. That's what I mean. It's like there's no thought process to your positioning. You just play. You move forward when you want to move forward. You go where you want to go. You do what you want to do. You spam your abilities when you want to spam your abilities. And that's why I said the way that you made your description about your DPS, it was way too descriptive, which means you're focusing way too much on your team and not enough on your own gameplay. Like, those two things will help you out drastically. Positioning better and stop wasting your abilities. Like, you are actually spamming and getting nothing out of it. At all. And again, seems like I'm beating a dead horse, but those two things are the most important things if you want to hit higher ranks. All strats have to go through it. See, you're still really far up. You're still really far up. Just taking shots to the face. Like, look where your tank is. You have to flow with your tanks. You can't just do what you want to do. If you want to heal rogue, it doesn't look like you're trying to do it. It looks like you're trying to fight. Do it from a safer position. From here. Learn the angles of, like, maps. You see, this is kind of how it works. So if he's here and you stand here, he shouldn't be able to shoot you because he can't curve shots. So when you notice this, line yourself up to where shots aren't going. Then you can play as aggressive as you want, but you're playing really aggressive into all of their shots. Positioning is super important. Yeah, that Bucky's going ham over there. I see him. Yeah, your team isn't bad. They look normal. It's not a DPS gap or anything. It's just normal gameplay. Look, you're super overextended again. If you want to play like this, you have to go to spots where you can be overextended, but still, like, safe. You know? If you're here, you can peek with Bucky and fight and do all you want, and if you get chased, just drop down. Boop, I'm back. But you're face tanking spots where it's like, if they just shoot you, you're cooked. Hey, Carrie. I just noticed you got it. Shouldn't have ulted first. That's the tip that I can give you guys for straddles. Don't knee-jerk ult. It seems like I'm very nitpicky with this replay, huh? I don't mean to sound that way, but it does kind of sound like that. It's not that I'm nitpicking every little thing that you do. It's everything that you're doing, just like the last review that I did. They're very expensive plays. It's like you're actually throwing the match to the enemy team, not like throwing like you're like losing the game on purpose. Throwing it like putting the ball in their court when you make certain decisions. And it's like, boop, there you go. You can play now. When you knee-jerk ult this, for what? He didn't even get the ult yet. You don't know which ult he has. Your team is safe already. You could just sit here and put the bubble down. She's literally up here. Like, let's look at it from their perspective and see how this even worked out. Look, he's not even near your team. Like, at all. The ult was unnecessary. You could have saved your ult for the next fight coming up, which would have been the teleport. Now we don't have ult. And if they have ult, then we're gonna lose ult economy. Bright side is we have one more fight left. Oh, I was really hoping your strat didn't know. I was gonna say bright side, we have one more fight left. Your White Fox has ult, you guys should win. And then she just wasted it. So yeah, there's no winning that. But if we would have saved our ult and used it instead of knee-jerk reaction, if we would have saved the ult to use it because you need it versus just knee-jerk reaction ulting, you'd be fine. So I'm gonna share. I'm pretty sure it's in my history. I don't think I played a lot of games to remove them. But there was games that I played strat, and I'm gonna share with you my positioning, and I'm gonna share with you my ult usage, which I was playing Mantis, so I don't really have ability usage aside from like the sleep, but I guess that's the same thing. But I gotta see if it's even in my history because it's probably gone. We played a lot. Nope. 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 There's very few far in between that I played that character. So you have to pray that we'll find it. You have to pray. I don't think it's in here. I think we knocked it out. Yeah, we knocked it out. Yeah, it's gone. Oh, that's unlucky. That is unlucky. Wait, it shouldn't be gone. Did I not play Mantis anymore? I didn't play Strat at all? Did I just said screw it? That's crazy. I really didn't play Strat for that many games, bro. That's a lot. And then we have the spam of just custom games. I don't recall I played Strat at all in those games. Dang. That sucks. Yeah, I don't have an example for you. Because I didn't play Strat. I just played Cyclops. Yep. And I don't think I could get that game back. Or any of those games back. I wouldn't know who was on my team to go look. But dang. I'd been able to show you. Maybe we could look at a top player. I feel like it's hard to do it with the top player though, because, well, any player, because I don't know like what's in their head when they move with it when it comes to strat. And a lot of people are on comms. I don't play on comms, so my positioning has to be on point because I don't get assistance. So oh snap! Lauren is right. Lauren is right. Dude, I could look myself up. Wait, my account's blocked. Because people on PC like to rubber band. Like that. And then maybe I'll be able to pull it up now. Pog? Yo, Lauren's a hero. Lauren's a hero. Okay, let me see if I can find it though. Lauren's a hero! Okay, we got the games. We got the games. Lauren's an actual hero. They didn't really play any divers in that game, though. I gotta get one where they were actually diving the crap out of me. Oh yeah, there was a daredevil. But like one diver. Oh, I guess you were only getting dove by one person. What I'm looking for a multi-dive game for? I'm trolling, bro. All right. So I'm gonna show you how to play position. I think this is your rank too, so this is perfect. Okay, so like I said before, I'm very position heavy because Lauren's always right. Yo, facts. I'm very position heavy because I don't use comps. So the way that I move, the way that I walk, the way that I do everything is based off how my team moves and also how the enemy team plays, right? Yeah, but Daredevil, they have a cap, they have a black cap. I see him here. I'm able to move forward because our Black Panther already got some picks. Then I hear White Fox, so I'm not going to overextend. You see how far I am compared to the rest of my team. Also, you'll notice that I'm near my strategist almost as much as I can be. Because just if anything pops off, I want to make sure that I have her back and she has mine. The further back you are, the more you can see. So there's no reason to overextend. You see how my team is moving forward, but I'm still sitting where I am. I'm moving a little bit, but not enough to commit. As soon as they walk out, I walk back. Because I know Hulk likes to jump back. There's no reason. See, Hulk is getting hurt. I have to move forward because I have to... Not Hulk, I'm sorry. Who is that? Who's that? Oh, that's Black Cat. I had to move forward to heal her because I'm out of range. But I'm not walking into it. You know what I mean? Still hanging back. I'm getting dove. So what do? I back up so that nobody can shoot me while I'm getting dove. It's only me and Cap. And Cap would be in my team. I'm getting dove by Daredevil. I walk into White Fox. Okay. I'm not just like running away. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm already positioned well enough to where if they dive, it's difficult for them to do anything. A lot of your gameplay was you were isolated because you walked too far or you got separated and things like that. Now, because we're winning the fight, I can move forward and be aggressive and be all with my tank how you were playing because we are already winning the fight, right?
There's still a chance to stop them.
It's all about patience. Now, I'll play White Fox a bit different because obviously White Fox has a teleport, but again, I'm sitting back. I'm cool. I gotta see the big picture. I can't just walk forward because everybody's playing forward. They will walk back when they need healing. That's the type of characters they are. Now, of course, White Fox has to get a little bit closer because her range isn't as far as mine. But again, my heal range isn't as far as White Fox, I don't believe. Again, walking back and forth. It's controlled. It's not jiggly. It's not wiggly. It's not it's not too forward. It's controlled movement so that I'm able to react to what's happening, but I'm also not close enough to get pounced on. Still controlled, still controlled. We're not overcommitted. Now she's alone, so I walk forward. And I'm not playing where White Fox is. And if I were White Fox, I wouldn't even play that close either. She's trolling. Now, White Fox has a lot more ways to survive. Don't get me wrong. But it's still about the positioning. If I were White Fox, I'd be playing up here. Like, no nonsense. I'd be playing like right up here or something. Or I'd be playing down here. Because I can teleport all over the place. She's just playing main. Nothing's wrong with it, but, you know, she can get collateral damage. And that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to get collateral damage. And you also don't want to be in a position where it's very easy for you to get KO'd. You see how Emma's walking at me? I back up. I'm making it hard for her to come get me. And I don't back up straight. I back up and curve. because now she has to curve. If I backed up straight, she'd laser me. Positioning is huge. How did the characters attack you? What did they do? How did they get to you? And you have to move and maneuver based off what's coming your way, but also based off your team. So because I know that she's trying to chase me and I get to wrap around the bus, I'm gonna stay here until she leaves. I see her. I mean, I see her and I hear her, but I know her beam is a straightforward shot, right? So if I keep walking around the bus, she can't hit me. Now we got a few KOs. We turn around, we try to fight her, we clean. Her being there did not make it so I couldn't heal my team. Her being there did not make it so I can't fight. It just made an obstacle. And because I already know where the cart is, I know where I'm gonna move, I know how to avoid this character's damage, I'm not in close enough to get grabbed, I ignore it. And I focus what's happening in the fight. If White Fox got KO'd there, that's her fault. So we're walking forward only because our team is really deep and we already know that they're staggered. We're safe. We're still safe. Only reason we're walking forward. I'm trolling. I shouldn't be this up. I really shouldn't be this up. I'm trolling. Okay, I back up. I was like, I shouldn't be that far. That's kind of ridiculous, bro. And we're still spacing. I'm always moving back. I'm always moving back. I'm spacing. I'm spacing. Bro, if you move, I move. If you move, I move. You see? I walk forward and then I walk back. I don't commit to that little funnel doorway. No. I walk forward to do some damage. And then I walk back just in case you guys do some crazy stuff and pop out. I'm safe. I'm not part of that. And you can say, well, Papa, what if your team gets KO'd? If it goes south because they dive like that, it goes south. What can I do about it? You know? Backing up. I'm not playing. Bro, I'm not playing. A lot of people try to like sit on the team and then try to fight around. No, that's 6 players if they're all together. I mean, they're not all together, but that's a lot of players that just be trying to huddle in with their support. Back up, take space. Go ahead and do your little fighting thing that you're doing, bro. I'm over here. Make it difficult for them to get to you. Back you. Even if he landed that ultimate, it wasn't hitting me because I outspaced him. Spacing is an ever-growing thing, and this is why I tell you guys that you shouldn't be jiggling and wiggling around. Be controlled, so when you need to move, you can move. You should never be just all over the place when you're playing strat. You have to be controlled, so if you need to make a quick movement, you can. I think I get KO'd here, though. So that's overextending like crazy, right? And I get KO'd for it. Happened one time. One time I overextended, I got punished. This is why we don't do it. And this is why even if you guys survive, I think I get KO'd here again too. I'm trolling. It's because I missed my sleep. Bro, I would have had these fools if I hit it. But all it took was one time to get punished. And this is why I call it out for you guys. If you guys don't get punished, and I'm like, well, don't do that anyway. Because when you get punished, it sucks. We're winning so hard, it doesn't really matter though.
Judge, jury, executioner.
We let that breathe. We let that breathe. We don't really do much. I actually ulted because I wanted to save him from being like, I wanted to save. If I ulted the Punisher, Punisher melts Mantis ult. It's not happening. So I waited for his ult to die down after the Hulk, because the Hulk was going to survive. He was Mega Hulk. So I waited for his ult to run out. Not only the Punisher, but I waited for him to shrink. And then I'm going to go in there with my ult to save him. So he can get out of that fight and we can win the fight. This is what we talk about ability usage. You don't just ult knee jerk. You have to really understand what your ult is capable of and how to use it properly. Cloak and Dagger has a very heavy space making ultimate. You should be using that to create space or chaos in the middle of a team fight, not just to heal all the time. That save right there allowed us to continue to play the game because our Hulk didn't get KO'd. He is solo tanking right now. If that fool got picked, we might be in trouble, but we were able to save him and we were able to continue to make it so that we don't stagger. We're backing up. Give that space. We won't play. Now we run back to our team because we know that we're targeted. I don't try to run away and get into a corner and fight the guy. The only way that I survive is going right back to my strategist. I made it so he had to burn so many cooldowns to get to me. And now I go back to my team because he has to use that cooldowns to try to do it again, right? We wrap around, and we still, because I know the team was over there, I wrapped around the cart to the left so that I'm not getting shot because I saw them curving around. And I dodged the ultimate. I hide myself here just in case they're going to collapse, trying to make sure that I can heal my team. Still hugging the walls. Playing corners. Cover, 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 everywhere. Where's the threat? It's over there. I'm going over there. Over there, I'm going over here. I know that got mad. Now we can play up because we were already winning the fight. When you're already winning, you can then continue to play up. You don't play up as strat just cause. They're staggered. We're winning. We might as well continue to play up. I hear Daredevil. I'm spacing. I don't want that guy tagging me. Bro, I'm out. I'm chilling. And the reason why I'm so far back here is because their team is coming out of this funnel, right? If we're where White Fox is, they can shoot me. If Daredevil's diving and he has to try to chase, he's out of healing and he's out of line of sight of their shots. They can't hurt me. The only one on me is him. So this is why I space around cover so often. Because if you get dove, you're only dealing with that one character. A lot of players like get dove and like go into main and then they're getting shot and they're wondering why they're getting KO'd repeatedly. It's because you're getting shot while getting dove at the same time. You have to isolate your issues. It's the same if you're dealing with the sniper like Hella. Isolate your issues. If Hella is up there sniping, I need to make sure that I'm standing here to isolate the issue. I'm not getting sniped by Hella, but I'm, the next issue is there. Just isolate them. Isolate your issues. That's all you have to do. Still chilling. I'm not walking up into that. Do your thing. I'm chilling. I play the exact same way playing Invis. I play the exact same way playing White Fox. I play the exact same way playing all the strats. This is just how I play. And again, I don't use comms. I don't talk to people. So I have to make sure that my positioning is way better because I don't speak to anybody. They don't know when I'm in danger. They don't know when I'm struggling. And I don't really ping that much when I'm in trouble anyway. I just let it ride. You see, I spaced that all out. He can't touch me because I'm so far back. Look how much they have to commit to get to me. If I were White Fox, I would still be this far back. She should never get KO'd there, but she doesn't understand spacing. Now, of course, I'm a one above all player, so I should be able to understand spacing way better than these players can. But this is why I tell you, positioning and ability usage is the main things that carry on strat. It is powerful. The longer you survive, the longer your team survives. And we're still chilling. I'm not face tanking anything, bro. Tanks, go ahead. Do your thing. I'm chilling. So I see Hulk moving, so I try to go. Then I see we got picked off. I got punished for it. This is why we don't do that. Granted, I didn't really have a choice. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think that was avoidable. I think that we had to overextend for that. We had one tank on defense, and I asked them for two. They eventually did swap to two tanks, but I don't know why we have Hulk solo tanking on offense, bro, or on defense. Continuing the space, continuing to pay attention to where all their dangers are. Right, I don't want to overcommit. I like getting KOs, but we're still remaining safe. I'm checking all the angles. I'm checking if there's a sniper. I'm checking if there's a diver. I'm checking all of that. I don't want to be close. I don't want to get hit by any stray ultimates. And again, this is not different from Invisible. She is still able to hit these ranges just like Mantis can. I'm still close enough for her. So we wrap around the card again. We're playing back. We're playing back. I want to fight. I do, but I can't fight if I'm dead, right? We back up. We saw that they're starting to move in. They're starting to collapse on our team. We got to keep that space. We got to keep that space. Once I notice we're starting to push forward, I start pushing forward too. Then we back up again. Keep that space. Make it difficult for them to get to you. I mean, it's just a rinse and repeat of the same thing. I didn't really want to ult this. I said while I was playing I didn't want to ult that. I was like, I'm mad I ulted it, but whatever. Because I wanted to ult the DPS ults. I don't know if I fat fingered it or what, but I was mad that I ulted when I did because I knew that was gonna happen.
Like this?
Let me help.
That's all right. We're coming back. I'm giving him damage boost, but I'm not following that. That's 6 players. If I walk out, I could get hit. If you walk out, I'm gonna be mad at you. Yeah, you see how scared I was? I wasn't just moving forward. I wasn't sure. Look, yeah, I'm not playing that game. I gotta make sure that there's enough space so that way, if they decide to counter engage on that Daredevil, or if Daredevil gets one shot, I'm far enough away to run away. But a lot of strategist players just commit because their team is ulting and they get really close and then they get KO'd, like the teammate gets KO'd or maybe the ult runs out or whatever, and they're too close to react and then they get picked and then that's that. You have to make sure that you are spaced out as far as your support will allow you, as far as the strat character will allow you to be, and play to that. Again, the further you are, the more you can see. You can see where all the divers are coming from. You can see everything. You're never gonna get caught because you see everything. I already knew the strange ult was coming. I slept him when he landed. He couldn't get anything off. Like, all of this stuff is because I'm spacing. The more you space, the more you can play. You're in control when you are spaced out. But when you're so close, you're reacting to everything. You're spamming abilities. And again, I don't spam abilities. Right? I'm holding him. You see, I'm doing the thing that I talked about, right? Where I don't go down main, I try to off angle a little bit. So they get 2 choices, shoot the Mantis or shoot my team. I don't know if we get wiped here though, I don't remember.
Life energy brings me. Shake it up.
Okay, same thing. Try to play the space. Use cover, jump around. Controlled movements. Still trying to land my shots. Still trying to be controlled. You see how I'm moving, but it's not... You can tell where I'm going and why. Like, I'm going left sometimes, I'm going forward and back sometimes, you know? Control. It's not so jiggly. I'm also not going to overstep because I know that there was the... there was somebody at the top right. And now we have a Hela. Remember what I told you guys about isolating it? We have a Hela and a Punisher to worry about now. So that means we have to stand in certain locations where we're not going to get picked. I think I tried a 1v1er at some point. Spacing out, spacing out. You can still help without having to worry about getting too close. Daredevil dives me. He doesn't get away with it because I'm so far away. I'm so spaced. Save my ability for him. Save my ability for the Doctor Strange ultimate. Honestly, I probably shouldn't have ulted that either. I might have said it during the game too. I'm holding this, so he has to come in, right? I'm holding angles. Let the devil out. Go ahead. I'm over here and covered. If you want to get me, you have to drop down and turn all... Like, you have to do so much work to get to me. Just because you're sitting in your team doesn't mean you're safe. There's a time and place for everything. I was gonna sleep him, but he got popped. We're still chilling. I think this is where the Hela 1v1's me. We're in such a crappy spot right here. After our team got... Yeah, she was gonna get Donkey Kong'd on, bro. But then Daredevil shut up. Butthole. But we're still chilling. You know, we let it be. I think I get KO'd here too. I think I got lasered. Bro, I survived? Yo! I thought I got KO'd. And the same thing, just space. You see how often the enemy team is in front of me? Daredevil tried to get me. I slept him and run away. I'm saving my abilities for that fool. Every time he dives, I'm saving it. Every time Black Cat dives, I'm saving it. Bro, you are not touching me. I know exactly how I'm going to react to you. And you might think like, well, you're playing in Diamond, you know, this is... I play like this in all ranks. I play the exact same in all ranks. There's not a rank where I play any different. Even if I'm playing in lower ranks, I'll play the exact same that I would play in high ranks. And when I'm playing in high ranks, obviously I play high ranks. And Mantis was one of the characters that I would swap to between White Fox and Mantis, but I would White Fox way more. Just because I like White Fox. Still getting that spacing. Still getting that spacing. Dragging the diver around the corner so he can't get healed and I can't get shot. If we're gonna fight, bro, you're gonna fight in my team. It's all about twisting. I'm not walking forward. I'm not trying to touch point, bro. That's not my prerogative. You see how, like, you see Luna? She's super far and doesn't have to be. Her range is just as infinite as mine. Why are you so far? Like, why are you so close?
Final score.
But
2-3.
as I said, like, you can't control your teammates. And this is why I already told you before, is like, you were very descriptive about your DPS. That means you were focusing way too much on your DPS. Hope that helped. Not just you, but everybody. Positioning is very, very, very important when you are playing strategist, and so is your ability usage. You should not be throwing things out just to throw things out, and you should not be running around just to run around. Never, never should you be doing that. Okay. Not gonna lie, I need to see the Mantis review. Yeah, I played a lot of Mantis before White Fox came out. It was only her and Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock before he was able to move around. So you know I had to have on point positioning for that character. Her movement speed buff that she got is great though. What about the divers who are coming from behind? If you back up a lot, you're too far for the peel, right? If you're playing strategist expecting to get peeled, you're not playing strategist right. Azaris, what's up? Like, you shouldn't be expecting someone to help you. You should be able to play with your other strat. You know what I mean? And if I know I'm gonna, if I can see them coming from the front, in what world do I get flanked if I have to not be paying attention? I can see them. So if they start going that way, I'm gonna start orbiting this way. Basically keep that distance. There's no way I should just sit here and play as they go around. It wouldn't make sense. That's why I always move around and wrap around things. I put my body where my back is into cover because I have to like go around or I have to do something stupid to get to me, right? It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to chase if a player knows how to play around cover a lot. So I don't like playing into invis. That character has so many escape abilities, plus she can play around cover like that. It's ridiculous. Broken character. Fire diver get behind me. I just reposition. Well, you want to try to position before they get behind you. And remember, I listen to music, guys and girls. So you guys probably hear way more than me if you don't. Now, obviously, I don't have it blasting, but there are some sound cues that are super quiet that I can't hear. But I'm also very aware of everything. Like nothing really gets past me when I'm trying. It's really rare for me to just be like, oh, you came out of nowhere, unless a player is very sneaky, or I'm just not paying attention. Because I am hyper aware when I play, and it could help you guys if you just talk to yourself when you play. Just talk to yourself. If you're playing strat or DPS, whatever, tank, talk to yourself. Just act like you're talking to somebody. You're streaming. Just talk out what you're doing. Okay, I see Black Cat. She's over there. Okay, I see Black Panther. He's over there. Okay, I'm still safe. Okay, Black Cat's coming around. Like just having yourself hear yourself can help you like process what's happening. A real way to reinforce these concepts is to practice them in a 66 custom. The problem with like Well, I guess if it's random players, it's fine. If you're like scrimming with the entire team, I don't think it's the same practice because the game isn't the same game. You know? Oh, you should be a support main. What you doing playing DPS if you're good on support? Just throwing games? Relax. Relax. Bro, I have fun on DPS. I forgot we were doing reviews. I'm over here chit-chatting. Alright, we got one more review for you guys. It's a White Fox review. You guys are gaming today, huh? Getting all the good characters. I do a lot of strat VODs, and the main problem be positioning and awareness of team comps plus enemy comps. Yeah, like generally if people struggle with awareness when you're playing strat, just simplify it first. Obviously I play all the roles, so I have a way faster like thought process. But people that only play one role, if you only play strat, it might be a little bit difficult to be like, huh, this character does that, this character does that. Like, start simple. What characters can KO you? It's not going to be all 6. It's going to be like 2, 3 max. And then play to that. And then after you get used to that, think about the rest of the characters or think about your team. Like build on it. Because it's a lot. It's a lot. Most strats played too safely. Oh, to satisfy teammates when they don't understand what they're doing. Because players usually blame the strats. Yeah, and then they say, my heals are good. What are you talking about? It's like, bro, healing is not how you win. Those top strategist players just heal button, bro. They are fighting. They are making use of their abilities. You know what I mean? So when I see people say, oh, you know, I have the most heals, it's like, bro. All right. That just means your teammates was getting freaking blasted and you just have the most heals because they got so much damage taken. Congrats. That's all healing is, bro. Healing is your teammates getting shot a lot. There's no skill in it. Like realistically, there's no skill in healing. To say you have high heal numbers means your team got shot a lot. That's like saying, I have the most damage on DPS. You're just shooting. That's not skill, brother. You're just literally shooting. Tanks, I got the most the block damage. Brother, you're the one being shot the most. Like, this is why I don't like the scoreboard. Because that stuff be lying to people. All of that stuff is fake. It's a lie. Final hits on a DPS is not a lie, though, bro. You should be getting some final hits. But the other stat, the healing, the damage done, and the tanking, like all of that is class specific. Now, if you have a healer doing a lot of damage, that's like really good. If you have a tank doing a lot of damage while like taking a lot of damage, that's good. Like when they start intertwining with each other, that's amazing. But if you're just saying I got the most of one stat, bro. Okay. All right. Hey, Poppin', I had a rough game the other day and was wondering if you could give an assessment of my performance. I am a flex player, but I was playing strategist in this match where my team got steamrolled. I know I had at least one really bad ult on our push. My team kept complaining that they were all dying to hella ult, so I had in the back of my mind and made a bad ult when she ulted. Yeah, when you're playing White Fox, you never ult the DPS ult. I mean, you can, but it just depends on which ones, because you'll just get taken out of it pretty easily. Especially if the enemy strat ults with your ult at the same time. Like, that's a lot. I want to rake up, but games like these make me not want to play comp when the team seems like they can't come together or get any kills. Let me know what I can do to better my performance. Thanks. I love watching your vids and reviews. No problem. Don't flex. I don't know what rank you were. I didn't see it. Let me just pull it up. What's the Grandmaster? I don't remember. I didn't see it. If you guys want to climb, don't flex. I don't even flex. I can. Okay, that's a lie. I had to when I was climbing to one above all, but just don't. Don't flex. Okay, you're diamond. You have to think of it this way. Like, what is flexing? Chat, let me know. Let me know. And if you guys are watching the replay review, just think to yourself, like if you guys are watching the VOD. But I'm gonna be right back real quick. Chat, in your own words, what does it mean when someone is flexing? What does that mean? Be right back. We are back. What you got? Flex is soft throwing, bro. Relax. I don't think flexing is throwing, but that's a wild accusation. That is a wild accusation. It's when I was playing in Viz, not White Fox. What do you mean? Are we talking about something else? Or is this your replay and you put the wrong code? Or are you asking about White Fox? Let me see. No, you. Are you saying you don't flex White Fox? You play White Fox. You flex in Viz. Either they are playing a role other than their preferred for the sake of their team comp, or they're a flex player and they wait for everyone else to pick and choose their role. I mean, that is true. Flexing, knowing how to play probably at least 2 characters for all roles with a decent level of competency so you can fill any role for the team. Flexing, when you can't decide which hero you want to master. All you guys do not have the answer I'm looking for. But you guys are kind of in a ballpark. So, flexing is basically saying, I give up all impact so that you guys can make impacts. That's what flexing is. You're giving up all your agency so that your team can have agency. The problem with this is that if your team is full of diamond players, it's a coin flip, right? If you're saying, guys, I'll flex and I'll play an average level of gameplay. I hope you guys can do your thing. Average is not enough to climb. It's going to keep you stuck. You have to be able to play above the rank that you're in. But if you're flexing, you're never going to play that way because you're playing too many characters or you're playing too many roles. And there's a lot of intricacies and a lot of things that you need to know in order to become better at whatever you're doing. You know what I mean? Flexing to me is when other people only know certain roles, so you have to fill in the gaps. Yeah. So again, giving agency. The problem with this is that you're never going to be able to get better at anything. Right? If you're always playing what someone needs, you're saying that I'm just going to try to do what I can and hope you guys carry my match. In order for you to climb, you got to outdo the other role and you have to outdo the other character, like your counterpart, right? And in extreme circumstances, you have to outdo the entire team. That's really when you start skyrocketing. This is why Smurfs can do it pretty easily, because we just kind of outdo the entire team. But once you get to a rank where it's a little bit even, you know, like people are in the ranks that they should be, you just need to do better than your counterpart. That should be enough to tilt the game in your favor. Basically, all matches, realistically, they try to be 50-50. We talked about this a long time ago. All matches, theoretically, they're trying to make it 50-50. Any team can win. It's a toss-up. Matchmaking in all games works like this. Yes, it's not truly 50-50, but it tries, right? So if this is how it works, all you need to do is make it so that it is 49-51, right? Then your team is already going to win, or it has a higher chance of winning. Now, some games, it starts off bad. I don't know why I put your team on the right side, by the way. Some games, it starts off bad. Some games, you're at like, you're at like 45-55. That means you have to do 6% more work than the rest of your team to have it be in your advantage. How are you going to do that if you're failing? You can't. Realistically, you can't. You can only do that if you main a hero or main a role. Because you know what you're looking for. You know what to do. You know your character more than anybody knows your character. You know your role, hopefully more than anybody in that lobby knows the role. And you can make some crazy things happen and you can turn the tide. But if you are flexing and you are filling, you cannot pull that off. Does not matter how good you think you are. If you're not smurfing, you're not pulling it off. And even in high ranks and one above all, people still don't like to flex because they know they can't carry the game if they flex. They like to play their own role. Especially that high. I mean, that high, you're getting punished if you yeah, no, flexing that high is, you don't want to do that. So we want to remedy this. So you have to pick a role that you really enjoy. You have to pick a role that you like, and then pick 2 characters, 3 max if you really, really want to, and stick with that. So what role do you usually play? What role do you like to play? And then what heroes are your favorite heroes? By being goated. I mean, sometimes it's not that hard. It might seem like it's hard to carry bad teammates, but you guys do it without realizing you do it. It's just you're not consistent. You guys might do it for a fight and then not do it the rest of the match. Like, you guys really aren't consistent, but you guys don't identify what you're doing right a lot of the times. Like, you got to be popping off and not even realize it. And then if you just replicate that pop off every match and every fight, you'd climb. That's really what it comes down to. You know? In order of what I think I'm best at, sub, tank, DPS really depends on the team comp or nurse of the heroes I play. I wouldn't really care about your team comp or nerfs. And I know you might be like, Poppin', what? Coming from a guy who's climbed without comms, never duoing, and known for playing awful heroes, because for some reason I don't like playing broken things and having an easy time. None of that matters. Unless you're playing in one above all, honestly, and even then, like, how you play is way more important than what you play. If you start overthinking it and you start playing like that, you're gonna get stuck. You know, it might not be in Diamond, it might be in Grandmaster. It might not be Grandmaster, might be you're gonna get stuck eventually, because that's not really how this game works. You should just play what you know and play it well. Blade was one of the worst characters in the game, says everybody. And we climbed from Diamond to Eternity with that character solely. One season. Solely. So there's no world. Cap was also really bad when I did it as well a while ago. There's no world where you guys should be swapping characters because of patches. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do that. The only time stuff like that matters is when everybody is just hardcore on an even playing field. And that usually only happens at really tip-top ranks, where it's like the only difference between you and I is the advantage that we have. And this is where people play meta, because it's like, well, that is the only thing that lets me have an advantage over you. If we are actually the same skill level, if we are all top players, I need a leg up. And the way that I get a leg up is by playing what's meta. That is why people play what's meta. And this is why you see a lot of it in higher ranks on any game rather than all the ranks, because it doesn't really matter. There's too much for you guys to worry about. And even then, I don't play meta. People hate me on their team. They want me to swap off Cap so bad, or Blade, or White Fox. It's like, bro, I don't like y'all. Shut up. I do what I want. But let's get into it.
You have to stop them.
Don't you want to have flexibility if your team's getting dominated, if you're on a triple DPS or triple support? Before I climbed all the roles, because I had an account for each role just because I wanted to get a better understanding on how to play and get a better understanding of how to like teach you guys. Before I did that and I only really played tank, that's that. You just got to work with what you got. There are times where you could play that. If you feel like you're going to lose, play it. Obviously don't force. But those are like very rare games. You know, you're not having back to back to back to back. I have to swap. And the reason why people swap isn't even necessary. I don't remember who was it you? It was possibly you. It was you. Remember when you said, at what point do we swap when we're getting snowballed on? In a situation like that, if Delude were to swap, there would be no learning. Because if they win, was it because of the swap? We don't know. If they lose, they didn't improve at all with the character that they like to play. It's literally a lose-lose situation. When you swap, you're gambling. And if you lose, you gain nothing. If you win, it's not like you can play that character consistently. You just happen to play that character. So this is why I recommend not playing so many. And if you want to have one character every role, you can. But if your goal, and if you are a solo ranked player and you're not someone who likes stacks, if your goal is to climb, you have to play what you know the best. Christian, hello?
We're securing the mission area.
Very short class.
Yeah, even if I had a character that shut down Cap, I'd still play Cap. Because I know that I'm so good at that character. Like, not like I'm so good, like, boasting. I mean, like, in my mind, I'm so good at that character that I can beat anybody trying to counter me with the counter. I know my hero more than you guys know yours, and so I will win. or I'll be a major issue for you. And if I don't, then I learn how to deal with it next game or next time. You know what I mean? But swapping doesn't solve the problem because the problem is still existing. You just swap to hopefully figure out if that was the issue or not. You know? Not really much you can do. I think you're playing fine. I wouldn't have went in like that though. So when you're playing strat, you just kind of have to. Well, it's not even just a strat thing, honestly. Because when you're playing any role, you have to know when the fight is kind of like rough. You didn't even get the play really here, right? And you already lost your Emma, and so you already have to kind of play the fight out, as in it's already not in our favor. You shouldn't jump down because the fight was already not in our favor. So we're being aggressive when we are already losing the fight. And we talked about this when I was reviewing my Mantis gameplay. I wouldn't have done this. Even if I were White Fox, I wouldn't have done it. There's no reason to. We were already losing the fight. I have to see that we're winning to move. If we're not winning, there's no moving. But you hopped in trying to make something happen, which would cause a stagger. Now, what if your Doctor Strange was teleporting right now? What if Emma was swapping to Doctor Strange and she teleported, but you got KO'd? And they got on point. You got KO'd though. And now they're down a strat. You guys could have saved it if you just survived. And it might be very like hypothetical. But it happens. It happens. This is why it's important to survive. So we know that they're going to be coming from this angle. If you walk past this, you're going to get lit up. We should be in a safer spot. You should be already over here. And again, you should be in spots where you can run away. Don't rely on your TP. I do like to use it a lot though. I like to be a little bit more aggressive with White Fox, which I would take like an aggressive angle like right here. Because I know if they start rolling on me, I just teleport. So I would do something like that. But where you are, the teleport isn't set up. If you were to teleport here, you just like teleport to something random. If you had to teleport. Because the way you're positioned is your teleport doesn't lead anywhere other than to something random. But if you are already offset, when you teleport, you're going right back to safety with your team. Does that make sense?
I am ready to put on a show. Fuck some them.
Okay, so we have to identify kind of what's even the problem here. If you look at the team is very poke heavy. So really, just pocket. Don't try to do anything fancy, just pocket. They ulted, just walk back, is what it is. You see how you never really have an exit route? Always have one. Always have one. Don't play to reaction, just play to what's coming next. Too far up, position better. Because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if they're going to come from here. You don't know if they're going to come from there. You don't know if they're sniping from up here. Like, you don't really know any of this. And again, it does seem hypothetical, but you said you want to climb. These are the things that you have to think about when you're playing strategists, is the what ifs, bro. What if that guy's up there? What if that guy? What if Penny? What if? When you think about all these what ifs, your brain isn't going to be trained to be like, I don't know, but if I'm ready, you know what I mean? But the way that you've been playing is it's very reactive heavy. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to do this because that happened. I'm going to do this because that happened. And that's not really how it should be. You should already be playing. So again, just pocket. So there's no reason to ult that. Only because nothing was happening. I like that you wanted to make a play, but nothing was really happening for you to make a play. If you look at it real low. Right now, he's chilling. Just pocket him. Look. In reality, I mean, Blade's trolling. But in reality, nobody's in danger, yeah? Just pocket him. You don't have to make a play if there's no reason to. There's nothing there. Just chill. Ability usage is like major. You force the play, and even if this works, let's just say this worked. Great job. Okay, but then their White Fox is going to counter your ult. And then they're going to wipe your team anyway. So I know what you're trying to do, but nothing was happening for you to have to do that. You're playing defense, you're not playing offense. So you don't have to force plays if nothing is happening. You only do that when you're playing offense. When you're playing offense, you have to do stuff. When you're playing defense, you're waiting for them. If you just waited for Bucky to ult, you wipe him. She would ult too, but you'd be ulting together. But what happened is we just ulted. None of our teammates had ult, so we were down on ult economy. And then that basically means, okay, counterattack. And then we just lost. So you lost the fight by yourself by trying to ult and make a play. And you were only making the play because you felt like you're going to do something, but there was nothing to do at that point. So I know what you're trying to do, but just there was nothing to do at that point.
They hit checkpoint. Now might be the time to stop them. Gotta stop that vehicle.
Yeah, Creethian, I don't do that. I go into all 6 of my counters. I just have fun, but you probably have more fun with characters than I do. I played way too many hours of this game to really have multiple heroes I have fun with. I usually just like playing Cap. And mainly because he's annoying. So right here, I like what you're doing. Just use cover. You're just in the main. All it take what is that cloak and dagger bubble? She's trolling. Basically, if you walk forward right now, you're gonna have to walk back if they start pushing. And you're not in any cover. You're gonna get lasered. Her range is really far. Like really far. You could heal while playing around this. If you guys are going to use cover, try to use cover that's on your left, because the way that the shots come out is always on your right. It's like it's over your right shoulder, technically. Not all heroes, because some heroes throw with both hands, but for the most part, it's better to just be like on the left, and you have more to do it. If you're peeking the left, if the cover's on the right and you're peeking the left, your shots are gonna hit it, and you have to like pop out a little bit more. But if you're using the cover on the left and you peek in the right, you only have to peek out a little bit, and you'll be able to throw your shots out. So, but if you walk forward like you're doing right now, you see how you have to walk back and out. Everybody's in main. All it takes is collateral damage, and you cooked. Just like you almost got KO'd because of it. This is why we use cover. You still make noise, so don't move around and jump around and stuff like that.
Don't keep the head on leash. Oh yeah, I am ready to put on a show.
You are crazy for that stall, but you do what you gotta do. I wanted to
You stopped them in their tracks.
ult to get more space there, but that's fair. Yeah, there was no reason to take space. Your team was fine. I guess I need to change my mindset for defense then. I feel like you, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you think you're the carry. Like, I feel like you think you have to do so much more work to win, and you don't. But because you feel like you have to do so much more work, it makes you make a lot more mistakes.
The current score is 0-2.
If that makes sense.
Time to switch
Like, there's a
things
time and
up.
place to everything,
Which
but I
side
think you
you're on. You'll
kind of
need
get
a
impatient.
top-notch team to win
You're
this
just like,
one.
well, if nobody's gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna deal with it. And
This isn't my first
some games you're just gonna lose, so you shouldn't be thinking like that if you do things like that. 'Cause regardless, you're gonna lose no matter how much work you put in. Just do what you need to do. Don't think that you have to do all the work. Like, even right here, let your team play the game. If you are against any better players, you are popped out the sky. Like hands down. Hands down, you don't survive here. They have a Bucky, they have a Hela, and they have a Luna. If this was anywhere higher than this, you would be knocked out of the sky as soon as you jump. There's no way you survive this. That guy should have had you. But he missed his headshot. All it took was one headshot and he whiffed it.
Much better.
And so this is what leads to you overextending and making the mistake, because sometimes you're punished and sometimes you're not. Let your team play. Let them shoot. You know, let your tanks move. Let things happen and then play around that. Don't try to make some stuff happen out of nowhere. With the White Fox ult, that's fine. Well, with sub ults in general, it's okay to do that. But just right now, don't play like that and just focus on being more play-by-play oriented rather than just trying to force. What I want you to do is I want you to try to line yourself up with your team as much as possible. And if you can't line yourself up with your team, then focus on healing rather than doing damage. Because look, here, you'd rather do damage and like just back up and heal your team. Let them play the game. You do not need to do the work. They are the tank and DP, they're designed to do what you're trying to do. Let them do it. Just back up, heal. It's okay. And then once they start getting a little bit of push, you can start curving the corner and then start hitting them with your shots. It is a very push and pull method when it comes from healing or doing damage. Healing or doing damage. No strat really does them both. Even something like Mantis, you can't always do damage, right? You have to put the heals on. Yeah, you can leaf somebody, like you can heal them and then shoot. Like, yeah, you could do that. But what I mean is like sometimes you have to just back around the corner and not shoot anything and just permanently heal, right? Sometimes you can't use your inspiration to give them damage. You have to heal. Every character that is a strat has to balance these things. Trying to just do damage and prioritize that just because your shots penetrate, it's not something that you want to do. You need to learn how to just not do damage sometimes and just heal. Because if you just healed that guy, he's chilling. And Viz has so much healing, it's ridiculous. Just heal this guy. But he doesn't get KO'd there if you healed him. And because you're peeking, you're taking damage. This is the same thing you did at the first round, right? But you didn't get punished for it. You got lucky. You almost got KO'd doing the same exact gameplay. And this is why I call it out. Again, it seems so like... It seems so hypothetical, but it's not. It's facts. When you overextend like that into a free shot, you're going to get taken out the higher you climb. So you have to nip it in the bud as soon as possible and stop doing it.
Armed and
I wouldn't have wasted my jump, but obviously you know that. You're just trying to go invisible to heal, I know. But you can just stop hitting. Don't worry, I'm not gonna talk about it. We all make mistakes. Okay, I'm liking this though. I would back up a little bit, but I'm liking what you're doing. I'd back up because you're still in collateral damage range. Okay, you are like really in collateral damage range. You see how much effort? Like you're working overtime for no reason. It's so much effort. It's so much effort. You don't have to do things if you don't need to do things. You don't have to double jump. You don't have to push and pull unless you need to. You don't have to throw your sphere unless you need to. Like do things because you need to rather than just because you can. Just because you can double jump, don't double. Just because you can reposition by double jumping, just walk. Right? Even that right there, you just threw it out to throw it out. Like seriously. If you stopped spamming all of your stuff and you started playing slower, I guarantee you would see way more success than you think you would. you are working overtime and nothing is even happening when you do it. Either you get punished for it, or somebody gets KO'd because you're working too hard. Hey, look how hard you're working. Instead of just double jumping to the left. Look. Right here. Instead of just double jumping to the left. And honestly, you didn't even have to double jump when he ate you. You could just walked. You already did your ult. Well, look, you're already near it. And you didn't take any damage. You could have just walked. And then double jumped out. Like, use your abilities more sparingly. You're spamming everything, which means that you're at a deficit every time that you fight because you don't have any cooldowns. And then you have to try to play around not having cooldowns all the time while also trying to heal. It's a lot of work, man. I'm lazy, chat. I don't do this much work. It ain't worth it. You are playing Dark Souls, Elden Ring type level gameplay. Bro, I'm over here playing Animal Crossing.
Get that vehicle moving again.
Yes! Yes! Did you see how you played that entire fight? Look, 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 look. That was beautiful. Look, look. You walk out. And then look, as soon as it started to get a little bit hairy, you threw the ball, you threw the pulse thing in like major hit, and then you walked back as you started things getting a little bit crazy. I really wish you stopped using abilities though when you go invisible. Just like let it be, because you waste your just walk if you're gonna do that. Just don't waste your double jump. But you spaced yourself out so well. Look how far you are. That was the first time you did this entire time. And you see how when they walk into you, you get KOs. What you're doing is working so hard when they are stupid. They will do stupid things. Just wait for it. Just wait for it. Wait for them. Look, you're doing it again. Stop. Just let them be stupid. You don't even have a tank. Let the enemy team just be stupid. Let them walk into you. Let them just... It's so easy to punish people that are bad. But you're so active, you don't even have a chance to punish them. I swear, invisible players and cloak and dagger players move so much, it's ridiculous. Why do you like to move so much? Relax. Take a page from Rocket. Okay, keep space. You don't need to sit on your team. Make sure you're keeping distance. Stop. You have to stop double jumping. I'm gonna crash out. If you double jump one more time when you could walk 2 inches, I'm gonna crash out. Stop double jumping. You are not Captain America. Play him. If you want to be in the air 24/7, play that character. I'm gonna crash out. Stop it. That ability is so busted for you guys to just be wasting it so much. Every invis that I review, you guys just love jumping. When I play her, it's genuinely an accident when I do it. But you guys are lords. There's no way we're accidentally double jumping, being that many hours deep in the character. I would not have ulted. Oh, this is the one you're talking about. It recovers in 6 seconds. You can get punished in 6 seconds. That's what I'm trying to teach you guys. You can spam because you're in a rank that doesn't punish you for it. When you guys say poppin', I want to climb. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen when you climb. I'm going to wait for you to double jump. And when you double jump, I'm going to go on you and you're not going to be alive anymore. Why? Because you wasted it. You can't keep just spamming. And then you don't really have a reason to do it. Like even that. What was the reason for this? Just to do it? Just to get more vision? Bucky could just turn and pop you right now. But their target priority is so awful that they don't even understand that you're free almost all the time because you jump all the time. I mean, there wasn't really much you guys could do in that part because your team kind of got run over there, but what? Like, I don't know if you could have done anything. That portal is atrocious. I hope that's not your duo. This guy is trolling. Use cover. You know she's shooting you from the right. Just stand here. That way, like, block off that cover. Katsu, what's up? What's up? Hello. Good to see you. We're just doing some replay reviews today. Helping people get better. My eye is itching. This is what happens, dude. I'm literally seeing Viz double jump so much, it's hurting my eyes. Literally. I'm kidding, Irish. I'm kidding. The funny part is, you're not even bad. You are just working so hard to play the game, it's ridiculous. Like, it's actually ridiculous. You are working so hard, it's insane. It's unreal. You have to stop working so hard. It's like, you use all your abilities to get in an atrocious location, and then you have to try to survive with nothing. That's literally what you're doing. You use all of your stuff, get into a really precarious position, and then say, all right, time to play. Like, stop. Stop doing that. Reverse it. Don't use anything until something happens, and then go ahead. You are working really hard. You are working really hard. Thanks for the lurk. He's not kidding. I am kidding.
1, 2, 3.
Look. I'll share. Do I still have it? I'll share another one of my Mantis games. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, because like I said, that was my last review. But I'm gonna show you how lazy I am. And look at a totally different game. I am extremely lazy. There's no reason for you to do extra work if you don't have to do extra work. Now, granted, this comes from just like being a higher ranked player, because the higher you go, the less exciting games are. You've seen it in pro play. People have team fights for freaking 2-3 minutes, just boring. So, like, it could be because of that. But I'm gonna show you the most, like, I don't do anything unless I have to.
Slightly less so on Midgard.
It's the same when I play White Fox. Even though she's a very active character, I still don't if I don't have to. I'm just chilling. Just chilling. Just chilling. We see Luna there. I'm backing up. I'm running away. I don't need to fight this. I don't need to go crazy. I'm chilling. I'm not trying to do anything crazy. I get KO'd here. We were getting wrapped around, but I'm still being lazy. Like, I only walked up because we started having picks off of our team. The only reason. We still won the fight though, regardless, but I'm still lazy. Look what happens when they start pushing. I will start wrapping around the corner. And then I focus on my team. I don't know why she was there. See, I don't try to do anything crazy. I'm not fighting with you, Dr. Strange, bro. I don't know you like that. But then Cap comes to me and I'm like, hold up. You my friend. Please help me. And nobody does. At all. That's okay. It's okay. But we still win the fight. Why? Because they had to expend so much to KO me. That's how it has to be with you. Make it very difficult for them to get to you. Make it very difficult for them to KO you. You don't need to work overtime. You don't need to position in crazy spots to do damage and stuff like that. Let them do stupid stuff because they have to. Right? Look, somebody's going to be stupid, and then that's when you fight. I'm chilling.
They look like they mean business.
And that's how it is every single time. Back on Mantis, the content, the content that you're looking for.
They've almost got it. Chin up.
Yeah, Mantis is the support that I'm choosing to play.
Help, friends.
We had like 2 kills for the whole defense, so I felt like I had to work twice as hard to make up for the team.
You don't have to fight
All you have to do is think of it as
We are undefeatable.
I don't know why I was there.
Going to overtime.
Oh, I guess I had to.
Chin up.
I lost my train of thought. I was like thinking about my ult. I was like, wait a second. Okay, yeah. Think about it as like just fights. A lot of players think every fight is like a continuation. You have to realize that once a fight is done, it's done. Move to the next one. Once a fight is done, it's done. Move to the next one. When you decide to have them all bleed together, you feel like, oh, nothing's happening for an extended period of time. But that's because you're seeing the fights as like one big fight. If nothing happens for 30 seconds and the fight is over, then nothing happened for that 30 seconds, the fight is over. Move to the next one. But when people start bleeding them into each other, where it's like, okay, we spawn, we start fighting, we spawn, we start fighting, we spawn, we start fighting, we start, like there's no break. There's no break point. So it's an extended period of them just constantly KOing you over and over and over and over and over. I love Mantis.
30 seconds
Dude, she
before
stay
you
getting
attack.
dances, don't she?
I've met many Supremes before, Strange. What makes you so special?
Because I'm a doctor, I pull people from your grapefruit.
You think Mantis is enough heals for 222 generally? Or do you feel most people take too much damage from a solo queue viewpoint? Yeah, I think she can heal 222. I always did, even before she had buffs.
I am healed. Hostile ahead.
I think every strat can 222. It just depends on how the people play. Bro, I was tired of that Luna. She's getting on my last nerves.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
Again, we're just chilling. We play off of our team. We play off the enemy. We just chilling. I was super mad that I missed all those shots, though.
So much for me. Let me help.
We back up. Chilling.
Mission area is yours.
We lost the fight. Whatever. We reset for the next one. We don't try to fight it. We don't try to make any plays. We just wait for the next fight to come. And then we play off of that. Right? And this is why we have strat ultimates. Because our strat ults can be used to make plays. Our abilities can be used to make plays. But when you spam them, you're not a playmaking character anymore. You don't have any, right?
Help is here. Control lost.
Right?
Even small victories
If you
are worth
spam your abilities constantly, what do you have left to make plays? This is why you have to make sure that you're waiting to use your ability. So that way, when an opportunity really arises, instead of you forcing it, when it arises, you can go ahead and make the play.
Chin up. You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Behold the god of thunder!
Bro, my man just be gaming. I'm not gonna lie. I be juking.
New chin up.
But yeah. Even stuff like this happens, right? And you could be like, well,
Life energy brings
you
me
can complain about it, but there's no reason to. Good fight. They ulted. Great. But now they're down 2 DPS ults. We move on to the next fight. And it's the same thing.
Enemy in front.
We continue to play back. We continue to wait for their team to make plays. I actually led with this ult, and I don't know if it worked. I forgot. But I knew that they had no ultimates, so I just led with it to try to give us a win. So that's something that you got to think about, is if you already have ult economy, you could technically, especially in domination, you could just toss your ult first to try to make a play. And that would be a way to get the advantage. I think we lost it though, for some reason. If I remember.
I am ready to put on a show.
Maybe we did. I thought we lost it. Dude, I be schmoovin', don't I? Bro, I be schmoovin', bro. But we had the advantage because I ulted right off the bat. They had to try to push the point, which is already difficult to do. And we're already at the advantage. And we only had that because I used my ult properly. I didn't waste it on anything. And we already knew that they didn't have a DPS ult. They didn't have Starlord ult. They didn't have Punisher ult because they just used it. So we play off of that. That is your playmaking. You are waiting for the next fight to do something. Again, not working hard. I try to go for a Hail Mary sleep, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not working hard, I'm still chilling, and if I were playing Invis, I'd be playing in the same exact spot. We're far enough away to heal. I mean, they're far enough away to not get hurt, but we're also close enough to do damage and get healed.
We are undefeatable.
I ulted because I thought Starlord was in an ult, and that was a really bad idea. I'm not gonna lie. Even when I did it, I was like, bruh, I'm trolling. But it worked out. But you see how hard it is for them to KO me? You see how long I survive? Right? That is the goal of strategists. You should not just get taken out for free. Why did I sleep the turret? Look. You know, don't ask questions. Do as I say, not as I do. No, I was actually doing it for damage. I was just trying to burst the turret. Does it even do damage? I think it does, right? It does a little bit. I'm pretty sure it does a little bit of damage. I think it does like 25 maybe. Anything to get that man out his freaking turret. It's 10 damage. But yeah, I was just trying to burst it. Don't it does 10 damage me, Amber? Relax. You don't even play Mentos. But yeah, I was just trying to burn him out of it. But yeah, I think you just have to play a little bit more to the match. You're just playing to what's on your screen. And it's causing you to play abnormally. But also, you're flexing. If you stick to strat, you can identify how to get around these type of games. Because you're going to have to lose those games to get better at winning those games, right? Nobody starts off good. You're going to have to lose a lot of these hard games to then win them. I recommend, again, playing slower. Playing to what is about to happen. Not what you see on your screen. What is about to happen? Are they moving different? Is my team pushing? Are they retreating? I need to retreat because my team's retreating. I need to push because my team's pushing. I need to go over here because they're flanking or whatever it may be. You play to that, and then the ability. Honestly, I would just start with the ability usage. I think once you stop spamming, everything else will fall into place. You spam way too much. Like, it's ridiculous. And I don't say that. I don't say that like in a toxic manner. I think you spam way too much. That was very spam heavy. Like you always had something on cooldown. Always. And it's not your fault. The game's meant to be a spam game, but the higher you go, the less you can do that, is what I'm saying. I think everything. I don't think you spam your push and pull, but you could definitely have some better pulse bombs or whatever they're called. For sure. But I'm just saying, because you're using abilities so much, you're like forcing your brain to constantly like react and fighting. It's just a lot. Think about if you play Rocket. You know how much effort you're not putting in? It's because you're not spamming all of his stuff, right? You're just healing. Do that with Invis. Only react when you need to react in terms of like repositioning or because you're just bouncing around and jumping around, but nothing's happening. There's no reason for you to double jump. You're not getting shot. There's no reason for you to be in these weird locations. You're not getting shot. There's no reasons for you to walk up. You need to heal your team. There's no reason. Like, there's a lot of no reasons, but you do it anyway. And like I said, the bright side is it's just habits. It's not like you suck. It's literally just habits that can easily, whoa. All right, bro. I thought that was the Spider-Man popsicle. You guys remember those SpongeBob popsicles from the ice cream truck? Well, not really popsicles, huh? But that's what I thought it was, like a Spider-Man version of it. Viewer games today? No. That was my last review. We've been streaming for a long time. I need to eat too. I know that because I accidentally killed someone with it once, and I was confused because I thought it didn't do damage. So me and my sis took it to practice range and literally told each other how much damage. Wait, what about just going to their website? Invis autos do 30 damage going out and 15 back. I think it used to be 35. And they nerfed it. I think it used to do 30, 35, and then I think it healed for 20, and then they nerfed it. No, I'm wrong. I think it went for 35 and came. No, I think it was just 35 and 15. And the heal was different. I don't remember the heal numbers, but I think she did a little bit more damage before. Just a little bit. Character's broken. Bro, Cloak and Dagger is freaking feasting, man. Like, Jesus. How much do y'all need? I got sprays. I got 2 different freaking icons, bro. Or, like, nameplates. You guys have the, like, y'all just so much, bro. Just so much for no reason. Wait, you also can customize them? Bruh. Yeah, just doing too much. Tired of this character getting everything every other character wish they had. That's crazy talk. I cannot believe it. A lot of them are when I could tell they were about to engage, so I wanted to help them with damage. Yeah, but the thing is, if they're diamond players, how often do you think they're correct about the engage? 8? Why would you put yourself in harm's way if you don't know how it's going to turn out? That's why I play so safe, because I don't know what's going to happen until I see it happening. There's no reason for me to try to do something with my team if I don't know what it looks like. Just because I see Doctor Strange jump in and ult, and he's in the sky getting ready to ult, does not signal to me I'm walking forward, because I don't know if he's going to land it. I don't know if he's going to get shot out. I don't know what's going to happen. When he hits it, I react. But I'm not about to just do stuff because my team's doing stuff because they don't know what they're doing. And honestly, that's a good habit even for high ranks. That's a lie. I trust my teammates more in high ranks. I'm not going front. You have to at that point. Playing around cart can make people hard to heal when the split, so I use jump to reposition. Yeah, but that's because you're putting yourself out of position to heal. You didn't have to be on cart. You could be further back, you know? Like, you're putting yourself in really hard positions to play the game in general. And then you have to do so much work to compensate because you put yourself in really, really bad positions. I check real quick before I get off here. We didn't know about this site. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Well, it's 2 of them, so they gotta have twice as much. No. No. That's not how this works.
I'll fight.
Okay. So look, you're on cart for no reason. Like, really? You could play here. Because how is your team going to walk, right? They're going to walk like this. So you being over here makes no sense. Because you can't hit them all, right? But if you line yourself up this way, you can hit everybody. Because where are they going? Here. You're preemptively positioning before the fight breaks out, so you don't have to move anymore. But because you're only reacting to what you're seeing on your screen, you feel like you're in a good position until you're not. But if you think about, oh, the fight's going to take place up here because that's where we're going, then you should be able to position in a spot so that way you are there and you're solid when it starts. So again, I'd play right here. Not only does it cut off the left side of their team, but it keeps you from getting hit by the hell out. And you just play here. And as they come, you jump back. And you're chilling right here. Chilling right here, chilling right here, chilling right here. Should you have to leave, you play right here. And you keep moving, you keep walking back. You play right here. Or you can play up here. Like, you have to already be in a good position so that when you reposition, you're not going to even be in danger. You're not even close to being in danger because you were never close in the first place. But you're always in danger every time you start fighting the team fight. So it's hard for you to reposition. Oh, when you TP'd, yeah, that Doctor Strange portal was atrocious. That wasn't your fault. They really give me time to enjoy new stuff before piling more on. Where's my white fox skin? Yo, I was thinking the same thing. They gave Black Cat another skin. Like, come on. What did you expect from a C&D skin? Relax, Adolfo. Doesn't that put me in line of sight of the enemy like that? Bucky's taking shots? No, we were chill. We were chilling. So look, if you play, so let's just say we remained invisible. You don't have to pop out until your team actively starts fighting, right? And now we do it. Bow, 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 bow. Throwing, backing up. Double jump back, go invisible real quick. Or you could have ulted kind of like right there as you jumped back, you know? Right there. And then you're chilling here. And then as they keep chasing, you double jump and you go invisible again because you're not spamming it. You walk around and you fight here. The thing is, this is what we call off angling. If they notice you there and they decide to shoot you, they're not shooting your team. And because you're playing cover, you shouldn't really get popped. You know what I mean? Especially if you put your shield near you. You should just have infinite health. All right, let's look at Bucky's screen. So if you were to his right, he wouldn't be looking at you. If you were fighting behind that, he's still focusing. Come on. If he did turn to you, then he wouldn't be shooting you too. And of course, you have your invisibility, so you get away. And you just reposition and wait for your team to come back. That was 2 shots right to the... Oh, you're saying you get ricocheted? No, that thing doesn't go that far. Jesus! No, that thing doesn't go that far. You know how broken that be? I thought you were saying if Bucky would shoot you, but you're in cover. You're saying if it ricochets. No. You're super far away from him. Or from her. Look, you're super far away. That's not tapping you. You would never be. You'd never be in range. If you're fighting here and you ulted, let's just say kind of like right there, and he's shooting you, you would see him. And you would just continue to play here. And should he press you, you just double jump out. I would double jump to the right though. So like look like you're running backwards and then just like double jump, but like go right instead. If he's looking for you, he's not fighting, which is a big W. When you were near the statue, okay, let's go back a little bit. Okay. Right there? Yeah, you might get hit by that, but you're not gonna get KO'd. Like, you're gonna take collateral damage sometimes. Honestly, like I said play here rather than play here. I was just using it as an example. But yeah, because when I drew it, if your team is going this way, better that you play around here. So if they start pressuring you, you have to start moving out the way yourself, right? So you would move well before that happens, honestly. So if we were, let's just say you did decide to play here, right? As you started noticing they're pushing, you would start doing this already. And you would be here. You would never have even taken damage. Because you already hear that Penny's ulting, which means she's gonna run at you guys. You would already be positioning well. You have enough time to reposition because you're positioning well in the first place. That's why having good positioning is important, because you're never caught off guard when someone tries to attack you. You have enough space to reposition again and again and again. But if you're too close, you don't have enough time to reposition to get caught. So you'd be over here. You'd be over here. And should you get chased after you put your ult down, you just double jump. Or you just hide for a second. Always try to have like your escape routes. But the thing with characters that can heal, the thing with characters that like have penetration heals, it's more imperative that you guys pay attention to how your team is moving as a unit, so that way you can line yourself up without having to always reposition, move around, and turn your camera, because you're just going to end up in a position where you can only heal one person and not the other, and then it starts falling apart from there, you know? Yeah, no, you really shouldn't be on cart as much as you are on cart. Unless your team is forcibly pushing forward, you shouldn't be on it as much as you are on it. The only reason you're spamming is because you're putting yourself in really bad positions in the first place. So if you stop putting yourself in bad positions, you'll stop spamming. If you stop spamming, you'll use your abilities when it's very important. When you do that, you'll be winning more games. Like I said, it's just a habit. It's not like you suck. It's just like a little habit. And once you curb that habit, you're gonna start popping off, for sure. Because I was on Invis or a healer in general, I would position there regardless of what healer I was playing. No matter what strat you're playing, you shouldn't just be sitting on cart. Unless your team is already shoving. But if the fight, like the cart is moving next to your team, you should never be that close. You should always have a buffer between you and your team as strategists. There's not really a time and a place where you should be in your team unless you're getting dove and then you have to run into them. You know what I mean? but there should always be a buffer because there's way too much collateral damage in this game. And if you are too close and your team starts spreading out, you can't heal everybody. You're going to be looking over there, and trying to heal yourself. But if you are further back, you could still line yourself up to heal majority of your team because you don't have to worry about moving your camera so much. Positioning is OP on strat. Trust, trust, trust. Sometimes people like to be off A side that the enemy isn't focusing, but then further back positioning makes sense. Yeah, just being off angle still allows them to be able to just ult and run at you guys. You want to have enough buffer so that if they do decide to ult you, or they do decide to like jump at you with the Hulk or something like that, he ults or something. Like, you're never caught in anything. When you're too close, you are caught. And you are going to get caught. It's not like it's inevitable. Like, you're always going to get caught. It's just you want to reduce how often you're caught, and you want to make sure that they are working really hard to get to you. Because if they're spending 2 or 3 abilities to get to you, what do they have left? Whereas a lot of strategists put themselves in harm's way, and then they don't have to use any abilities to even get to them, and they use them all to KO. And that's how they get KO'd so fast. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But hope that helped you out. It's a really weird thing to implement. I would try to practice in quick play first, so that way you don't default to your original play style. When you're altering your gameplay, generally what happens is if it gets too stressful or you start losing, your brain's gonna just default back to what it was doing because it's easier. So I recommend going into quick play and just trying it just so it's less stressful. And even if you do start losing, it doesn't matter. You're still working on that positioning, and just try to remain safe. And you'll start to see how much more you can do it. And then once you feel comfortable doing that and it's not going to bother you in your ranked matches, do it in your ranked matches. Thanks, Hoppin. No problem. No problem. A lot of the angles and stuff that I do with strat is really just stuff that I did in other games. Like Gears of War was a game that I played professionally for a little bit. And angles. It's like, it's no joke. Angles everywhere. And so playing that game as much as I did, and then coming into Rivals, which is a shooting game as well, it's very easy to transition to be like, okay, angles. I mean, they have melee heroes. Gears doesn't have melee heroes, but you know. Diving is also something that I learned, like that positioning for melee heroes and stuff is what I learned from League of Legends. So a lot of these games, when it comes to positioning or angles and stuff like that, it all is just coming from other stuff, and I just compile it under this game. But if people have never played a competitive game of any sort, and this is their first one, there's a lot to learn that I and many other players already had baked into their system when they started playing this game, you know? Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. Irish. Yeah. A lot of players are like that. So don't feel too bad about it. The great part is, like, once you learn it, you're going to be so ahead of everybody else because they don't know, you know? You get a White Fox skin after she gets nerfed? But she's not broken. Huh? She ain't OP. I don't think I've had a... What's her win rate? I don't think I had a problem with that character for the longest. Oh, wait. White Fox is getting a skin. She's getting a swimsuit skin. Duh. Yeah. She's getting a swimsuit skin. I forgot. They already gave it a... They already did the little art about it. Little White Fox swimsuit skins coming our way. Here, if you want to see it. It's not a leak, because they already showed it to us, I'm pretty sure. On their video. Oh yeah, here. Her swimsuit skin. But that's fire though. I feel like White Fox would wear something like that. And her hair is fire too. It's a little long. Chat, she has her hair down. Wait, she got her hair did. Wait, how many skins has her hair? None of it has her hair down. Bro, her hair is down. I didn't even realize that until now. Yeah, her hair is down in that skin. Yo, that's gonna be a hot skin. I need it in my life now. I need it in my life now. So long farewell, Strike Squad. All you guys are getting dumpstered for White Fox. Goodbye. Yeah, White Fox is the character I use to get to one above all. White Fox, Blade, and Cap. Poppin' has 0 patience. I don't. Hulk has been in a swimsuit since release. Adolfo, that's funny. That's hilarious. I'm gonna use that. Dude, that's actually freaking hilarious. Holy crap. There's also some concept art on Twitter about the Sinister Six. I'm always afraid to like believe leaks or data mines because you never really know what's real, you know? Okay, I need to eat. We're not gonna have our conversation last for 3 hours like last time, chat. I'm gonna be responsible. Or Lauren's gonna get mad. And Nash is gonna say something too. So we gotta make sure that that doesn't happen. Thank you guys for watching. Obviously, I do appreciate it. I wish Chaos came so then I could have asked him if he wanted his replay review done today, but I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys learned a lot today. We do these every Saturday, and if you guys are a member of the channel, you guys get yours done during the week, although I didn't do any last week. We're doing them this week. So I'm gonna have to start watching all the reviews you do on Saturdays and just queue at night. You wild Forsyth. Have a good one. Thank you guys for being here. You guys are great. You guys are amazing. And I'm always glad to be able to stream for you guys and do reviews for you guys too. I appreciate all the support. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace, peace. Late. Have a good rest of your day or night. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Enjoy your weekend.